Yo, what up, chat? New patch, they fixed a bug that is actually a fun feature of the game, like the emote in the air example. Well, let's hope no. Let's hope not, bro. Let's hope not. How we doing today? Drago, Anthony, Barcy, Henzu, Thupper, Suarez, Soda. What's up, Soda? Nick, Kuba. Hello, hello. Oh God. Oh, chat, cheers for being here. I appreciate you guys. Well, let's see how it goes today, man. There was an interview. Oh, wait. I got a message from Thick El Legendo. Ooh. Have to get back to him later on that because I'm not sure. How we doing, chat? How we doing? Eddie! What up, Eddie? Just as to what you gonna be doing? Well, we're gonna be waiting for the patch together, right? We're gonna be figuring out if it's here. There was an interview, by the way, chat. There was an interview where they said that the DSS was getting new updates today. Not today, but this week. And their patch day is Tuesday. So I'm hoping that it happens today, right? Because in that interview, they did say that there's new updates coming to the DSS next week. And as mentioned, once again, their update day is always on Tuesday. So I'm kind of positive that something's gonna drop today. But then again, Big Mateo, yes, bro, you play finals? Hell yeah. What the hell? Just I used to be top 100, bro, in the world.
Super Earth.
Your boy was a demon, just, and had a demon team.
Liberty.
All of us were like in the top 200 in the world.
Democracy.
So you're one of the few YouTubers I have some real respect for. I like your way of approaching things. Take care and all the best, Eddie. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much for the kind words.
Freedom doesn't come free.
That means I'm doing my job right. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, bros. Let's see if they drop something good today, says Curry. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Good day to you too, my guy. Greetings from work. Hi, Pips. It's Drev. What up, Drev? Chat, I'm excited right now because we're working for some new stuff for the stream. Like you guys already see, we start working on the top donation animation and stuff. This is a placeholder. We're gonna have a better version of this. I like the animation, how it kind of goes into glitch and deletes, but I want something cooler. We're also gonna be working on the crazy Mr. Pips kind of logo that it's gonna be moving around, right? That's the plan. We'll see how that one ends up looking and stuff like that. I'm very excited right now because I'm working with artists. Like, to me, this has always been one of the most fun parts of my job, like the creative process of making the stream better, you know. So you still play finals? I haven't played finals the last season. last 2 seasons. Let's go. Remember to drop a like. What do we think is coming today? Says Ad. I don't know, brother. That's why I'm excited. It's a good day. It's a good day. So we're gonna check it out for sure. Also, there is one thing that I wanted to watch with you guys as we're waiting, which is Helldivers 2 related, because what I think was one of the cool content creators is kind of stopping the game. He's not going to be playing the game, and I want to watch it together, like the video of his takes on why he thinks that he's not going to be playing the game anymore and stuff like that. Have you checked out what's coming in the first Descendant on season 2? It looks pretty good. It's the Sky. I have not. What is it? Yeah, okay. And I think Easy's content is very good. Very good, actually. So we're gonna take a look at that. It's kind of sad if you think about it, because you know that is a sign usually. Hoping for Eruptor and last a sickle buffs and maybe more, to be honest. Feels bad, man. I loved his content. Yeah, he's a good guy too. Henzu, what's up, brother? Good to see you in chat. But it's not just that, man. It's kind of usually when content creators start dipping, it's a sign. Pips, if you could snap your fingers and make an instant change besides the Illuminates and vehicles, what would you implement? Boom. Just like that. We have weapon customization, weapon upgrades, stratagem upgrades, and perks, which would be a huge sink for materials, a real sink. Not this, whatever this is. A procedural dungeon, 2 new descendants, and ult descendant and new endgame game mode that will be the hardest content. That looks interesting. I mean, I'm ready to go whenever in that game. My characters are decked out. I got a bunch of fully upgraded characters. But then again, man, I don't know. Right now, my mind can't think of anything else but Path of Exiles 2. Like, that's the only thing I'm thinking about, you know? Like, I really want to get into the game, and I want to, like, keep in mind, this channel will always cover Helldivers 2, because you guys have been so supportive and you guys have been showing so much love. It is absolutely insane. And at the pace that I play the game, I don't have a problem with the game in terms of like the mental stuff. Like with the D2, I had to play almost every day off stream also, because I was, you know, top 500 in PvP and stuff. So you kind of have to stay in shape. So you got to play, and that would like mentally drain me. That's not happening with this game. And obviously this is a much easier game to play as well. So I don't have a problem covering Helldivers 2 as long as there's content in it, right? I can always make builds for you guys and stuff like that and give you my opinions on specific subjects, because I know the game inside out. You know, like I've tested every weapon, every enemy, every scenario, every damage, everything there is, I know. And there's a reason I have over 1,500 hours in the game and I'm still not 150 when it comes to the level, because literally the time that I spend in the game is testing, and then I just leave the mission. I don't even get the XP and then go back right in, because I literally just test shit. What's your take on Warbond weapons that are just reskinned and got some number change, like Liberator and its most variants? Well, the take is that that's not content for me. That has never been content for me. And I would really prefer like actually new content and innovation, right? And the problem is that's not happening, and I think that's because the companies are just becoming more and more lazy. Have you guys read the new interview of the CCO and CEO lately? That's why I'm here. In that interview, they mentioned that the DSS is getting a lot of updates this week, and usually they drop the updates on Tuesday. So here we are. A horde mode for HD Duo would be sick, kind of like a Black Ops Zombies. Of course it would be sick. The problem is, how would it be implemented? And once again, I'm not hating on anyone, but unless they let some good players test shit, this game will never not have issues. Should get DSS votes based on our levels so more experienced players get to influence the war. Well, I think the players usually follow a few content creators that have really a good understanding of the game, such as Erwin, for example, right? He's very into and he enjoys the Galactic War and all that kind of stuff. And that's really cool. I'm kind of envy about that in a good way. I wish I was as passionate as he is when it comes to that stuff. You know, that's kind of cool, man. Like he enjoys the role play kind of stuff and everything, and I think he's one of the most passionate content creators about the game for sure. Oh man, there was another interesting thing about that. What they said about why the game was failing before the 60-day update. What did they say about that, Kay? I don't remember. I did check it out though, but I skipped some parts. Maybe I skipped that. Well, that's what they mentioned in the interview, Vivi. They didn't say the specific date, but they said next week DSS update is coming, and usually their updates only drop on Tuesdays. And then war bonds drop on Thursdays, but there is no war bond on the way, so I'm assuming something has to drop today. I like RP aspect of Helldivers, and the Galactic War is one of the main reasons I still play. Well, for me, the problem with the Galactic War is that it doesn't feel like I matter anymore. It used to feel like I mattered, but it doesn't feel like I matter anymore. Like whenever they want to do something, they just changed it up, and that's it, you know. Paradox says Eravin. Did I miss? We should get DSS votes based on level. So yeah, I read that one, and then I don't see any more. Let me see live chat. Maybe it skips sometimes. Well, Craving said to vote for. Oh, Eravin said for Warren, and the Blob still voted to waste a vote on a planet about liberated. New missions, new enemies instead of war bonds will be much better. I don't think we need new missions. I think that is something that people will ask for, and then it will be boring very soon. So think about it yourself, right? A new mission is essentially a reskin of the same game loop. There's no difference. The damage stays the same. The enemies stay the same. The tactics, everything pretty much stays the same. Yes, you will take these guys to that guy or follow this or follow that, but the game loop is the same. As long as the game loop is the same, the game will be in trouble. You need something that gives you a fresh feeling of the game. Challenge mode with infinite enemy spawn until you lose all reinforcements and just a slaughter fest. Yeah, essentially that's a real horde mode. That's what's coming to SM2, like Space Marine 2. I think the horde mode on Space Marine 2 might make that game pop off if it's done correctly. I think the new game mode would be really good for the game. I understand that people think that, but what I'm saying is it's gonna be way less effective than people think it is. Just thank you for the gifteds, man. Woo! Thank you so much. I don't know why I can't get rid of this red box that pops up. I can't get rid of it, like no joke, bro. I'm trying to get rid of it because it.
Welcome.
See, now it's the main animation for the membership, but I also have some kind of secondary animation that keeps popping up, and it's driving me nuts, and I can't find where it is. Thank you so much. Oh, he gifted himself. Let's go. My bulwark will be ready. Yeah, same here. Do people wish Space Marine 2 have bigger open maps? I don't think it needs it. Like that was the argument from the beginning. Oh, it's not going to be as open. I don't need it to be open world. The gameplay loop is so much more fun for me personally than Helldivers 2 that all I need is content. Like I've upgraded all the characters max, almost all weapons. I still have 1 or 2 weapon, and then I'm done. New game mode will be fun for 1-2 days only. Exactly. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Bruce, what do you think about Helldivers 2 not being nominated for Game of the Year? It would have been great to see him fight for the podium. Yeah, I'm okay with it fighting for it. I don't think it should have gotten Game of the Year. Anthony, thank you for a gifted once again, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. SM2 has been very fun. Yeah, because it is an extremely fun game. Same missions, but endless stalkers until mission ends. I mean, I don't know. Thank you so much for the gifted. Toast, welcome to the Crazy Fam, bro. Thank you so much for being here. I feel like, once again, chat, like it's one of those things, right? I mean, why is Elden Ring in there again? Although I love the DLC, a DLC is not a new game, because that DLC is most likely better than 99% of the games that came out, would be my argument. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't even play Elden Rings. I watch Elden Rings, but like just visually speaking, when I look at it, it's like, and when an expansion is actually better than 99% of the games that come out, like it's like, fuck it, just nominate it. You know what I mean? I understand the argument, though. It's not a new game, but it was actually kind of a new game, you know? It was that good. The useless screen across from the armory should display something similar to the companion app. This is the way things are going with Helldivers 2. I'm not sure it even deserves the game of... Yeah, I don't think that it doesn't deserve the game of the year because the launch was probably one of the best launches ever. But like, does it really deserve to win it when there's Black Myth Wukong? No. The only reason Black Myth wouldn't win is probably like, you know, the reasons that, you know, it's too what's it called? Manly or something stupid like that, and therefore they don't want to promote it. That would be the only reason they can come up with, right? Like they usually do that. But if it's fair and square, I don't see how any other game wins it. The game is a fucking banger. Do you agree with Odo when it comes to SM2, or was he too harsh? I don't know what his actual take is. What he says about the game. I'm guessing he says it's trash. But I don't know, like, the reality is there are, you know, Omni, what's up? Some things that are wrong with the game. There are some things that are incredibly good about the game. And I think that the main part that a game needs is perfect in that game. The gameplay and the way the characters play and the animations and everything is next level in my opinion. It really is. But when it comes to the balancing, there's definitely some issues, and content, there's definitely some issues. So it depends. Like, and also I think that you have to play the game like on multiple classes and try out different builds to actually understand the game better. In general, right? Like there's a lot of people that play the game. Like for example, at the beginning, everybody was saying Bulwark was ass and it needed buffs. While in my opinion, Bulwark has always been one of the most powerful classes in the game. Would be like Destiny winning game of the year. Just silly. Yeah, I don't agree with Helldivers 2 winning game of the year. Yeah, I don't think that should have been the case. Best action, best MP, but not game of the year. Why is like a Black Myth Wukong not action game? It's unfair because Phantom Liberty DLC expansion of Cyberpunk was similarly that good, massively improved the base game, but the Game Awards excluded it due to it being a DLC. Well, if that is the case, then yes, it's unfair. This Bulwark is ass, needs a slap. Yeah, there was a lot of people that says it was ass at the beginning. I have approximately 600 to 700 hours in the game on Space Marine 2, and I don't know, bro. I truly believe it's one of the most fun games I've played lately when it comes to combat. He didn't like the progression and said the meaningless difficulty scaling. Ammo and heals. Yeah, I remember him saying ammo and heals are an issue. In my opinion, that is not the case. As long as you have the right builds, I've never had ammo issues. Like, there are multiple builds where, like, for example, any of the Melta builds, any of the Last Fossil builds, any build pretty much on the tactical, apart from 1 or 2 weapons, you can run into ammo economy issues, but you know, rarely even then. That said, most of the time you're not going to have issues. Heavy, obviously you have Melta, insane amounts of issues there. With the heavy plasma incinerator, you might run into some ammo issues unless you build into the ammo economy of the plasma incinerator, heavy plasma, and then you're pretty much good. You don't run into any ammo issues when it comes to the melee classes. Well, the Bulwark does, because the plasma pistol is actually good, but you run into issues when it comes to bosses, right? But then again, like, you can beat those bosses apart from the flying boss with your secondary weapon. What else is there? I think in most cases I've never had an ammo issue to the point where, like, oh my god, I don't have ammo. I think that's also an issue of, like, just, you know, at the beginning the game feels like that, but like once you upgrade your character and make it better, it doesn't feel like that as much. Or I would say most of the cases doesn't feel like that at all. Like, you literally have infinite ammo on a lot of builds. And on top of that, where I would agree is the progression. Some perks are just straight up bullshit and it doesn't make sense. Like get a kill with a melee and then a 2-second damage buff or whatever. Like who cares? Well, why is it 2 seconds? Imagine being able to reload MG43 on the run, says Luke. I recently built a powerful PC. I'm about to buy Space Marine 2, but my monitor is 1080p. Should I buy a 40p monitor, or is it still enjoyable? You'll still enjoy it, of course, but I mean, whenever you can, don't rush it. Like, you know, don't do it so that, you know, you buy a monitor and then like you don't have any food. You know what I mean? Just put some money aside and whenever you can, grab that monitor. Why people even care about the Game Awards? Most nominated selected by people who doesn't even play games. Yeah, I mean, it's still an event. Anytime, Jared. But I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know. I do feel like a lot of the shit that people are saying about SM2 is wrong. And some of it is true, you know? Problem with guys complaining about ammo, they run high difficulties with low level weapons. Of course, you'll run out. A lot of people do that. Yeah, I've seen like level 4s and 5s on lethal, and they're solo queuing. And, you know, I do that as well when I'm playing with friends. But if I'm trying to level up my character, I just join friends. I don't go in alone on lethal because, you know, you drag people down. Space Cowboy, love the content. Thank you so much, Space. What's up, man? Good to see you in chat. Yeah, well, I don't know, chat. Like, we'll see. At the end of the day, I've made this very clear. You know, people can say whatever the fuck they want, but I really enjoy SM2. I feel like it's so fucking so fun. The only problem I have with SM2 is literally content. I just don't have enough of it. Like, I've upgraded everything in the game, right? And that's about it. Like, give me more content and I would play the shit out of that game. What's up, L? Appreciate the interactions as well. The content discussion, says Sting. Of course, man. That's what I like to do. Reloading G on the run would be awesome. I'm enjoying SMG and looking back firing. Yeah, I agree. Like for example, if you take the Stalwart, that's why it feels so good, right? I got a Stalwart build coming. Oh, by the way, we dropped a video yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, we dropped a video yesterday for top 5 support weapons. That's exactly how I feel about SM2 and HD2. Well, when it comes to like HD2, like I think, once again, I know a lot of people are not going to like this opinion, right? But I'm just going to say it. I think that when it comes to quality of gameplay, like actual quality, like how the game feels, the combat feels, the registration, the melee combat, even though we don't have much of melee combat in this game, gunplay, sound design, game design, I think that Space Marines is in a completely different fucking universe compared to Helldivers 2. Like, I don't even think it's in the same multiverse. You know what I mean? If we got bigger maps in the game and had multiple Meganists, primary objectives on difficulty 11 plus, the gameplay in Helldivers 2 would get really fresh. It wouldn't. It would be the same. You would be literally doing the same in a bigger map. The gameplay would be the exact same. Nothing would change. You need new enemies and progression. Nothing's gonna help this game more than that. You can have 50 new missions tomorrow and the game's gonna feel exactly the same as it does right now. You're gonna be doing the exactly same thing. There's no new enemies, no new battle scenarios, nothing. It's just gonna be a bigger map. I would play a ton of Space Marine 2, but like Thick said, content for game is very lacking. Yeah, see, like when it was launching, that's what I said, right? Right off the bat, I said, I'm a very old school kind of player. So for me, progression, as long as there's items I can chase and upgrade and then test out, I really enjoy that. That's why I have all the classes max leveled and all the weapons max leveled, right? I'm missing one, I think. 2 maybe. But yeah, you guys get the point. So it's like, I enjoy having the goal to chase something, or even if it's like unlocking some of the cosmetics. I really have fun with that. So for me, that was progression. What I don't like is the fact that it takes too long to get more content, right? So I don't mind the amount of content it came out with if the content would have been added to it faster. Does that make sense? I think it does, right? Someone who has probably played 35k plus hours of games by now, Helldivers 2 is extremely groundbreaking. It took so much inspiration from great places. Yeah, I mean, it's a great game. I definitely don't think it's groundbreaking. I think it's just a good game overall, for sure. I wouldn't call it groundbreaking. It definitely has its strong sides and everything like that, and something that the gaming space actually needed for the genre itself. But groundbreaking to me is a very, very big word in gaming. Like, groundbreaking for me would be, just to give you an example, when PUBG first came out and there was no battle royales. Does that make sense? That's that's like, holy shit, this is a new game, like different. That's for me is groundbreaking. All about the sandbox or refined gameplay in terms of direct hand-to-hand combat is the primary, so I don't really care about it that much. Sandbox, so refined gameplay in terms of direct hand-to-hand. Yeah, I agree with that. This game doesn't need that. If that's the point you're making, yeah, I 100% agree. I'm just saying, like, if you compare it mechanically speaking, Space Marines 2 is on a different fucking level. Like, straight up honest. The smoothness and the animations and the executions and the sound cues and the visual cues, like, it's a lot of it has been thought through. In this game, the fact that we still don't have any sound cues and visual cues for a lot of shit is crazy to me. PUBG was a breath of fresh air. I agree. It's a fresh game and different from the market. Yeah, it really is. Not sure how good it would be, but a mode where 3 or 4 squads of divers working together would be wild. I don't think they can do that. Space Marine 2 got me listening to YouTube videos and lore.
Ready for
Same.
another mission, Helldiver?
Same. That's why I think that this game right now, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it just needs Illuminates and then weapon customization. And I think it's, in the perfect case scenario, weapon customization would drop first and then the Illuminates. But as I've been saying for a few months, I think Illuminates are gonna drop first and then weapon customization. I really do. Which one do you guys think drops first? Weapon customization or Illuminate? I literally have a video about that. Darmawin. Check out the video. Just go into my channel, type in Warbond, and you'll see my latest Warbond video breaking everything down. It sounds silly, but having things to grind for is important for longevity. It doesn't sound silly. That's what gaming's about. Like the whole, a lot of you are saying Illuminate. Yeah, I think so too. A lot of people will be like, yeah, but I don't want to grind those items. Oh, fuck. Listen to this, and this is going to be an amazing high IQ call out. Don't. Yeah, just don't. That's all you got to do. Just don't do it. Like, don't. Just don't fucking grind, bro. Like, nobody's forcing you. Don't grind for it. It's okay. Just play the game the way you always played. Let us grind. If people want to grind, let them grind. Like, yeah, I don't want there to be a grind, therefore there should be no grind. What are you talking about? Like, just don't grind. Neither, in my opinion, there's other stuff that needs to get fixed first. What do you mean when you say neither, and what do you want to get fixed? They never drop, so Illuminate, they never drop, so I think they will drop. They should do Illuminate so the balance can be worked out between all the factions. Good morning from Berlin, says Lars. Good morning. I think Illuminates with the first year anniversary. No, it's not silly at all. That's why I don't understand why you can't have 2 mechs. It's worth grinding for them. Do you stream on Twitch? Today, no, but usually yes. The Illuminate would hold the community over for a while, in my opinion. I agree. But that's another problem, right? Like, you play the Illuminates, there's no balance changes, there's no new weapons, there's no new upgrades, there's no new this, that, blah, blah, blah. And then you play for Illuminates for how long? That's cool. Then what? It will probably add a good fresh, what, a month, maybe 2 weeks. Like, well, what will be the reason if there's no progression? I understand the fun part of it, but we've still played the game so fucking much. Yo, what up, Bacon? What time do you usually stream on Twitch? So on Tuesdays, I usually stream this time because we test out everything that drops live on stream. But normally I stream approximately 6 hours from now.
You're here. The galaxy awaits your salvation.
Bug fixes, optimization problems, buff weapons, Sony bullshit for PC players, you know, all those things. I don't think those things are mostly, well, I agree with you. I don't think that they control a lot of that shit. I don't think they're able to fix all the bugs. I know it sounds sad, but I don't think so. Optimizations problems is also something that I think that will just stay there for a very long time. Buff weapons, I think they've done enough balancing for now. I would prefer more different kind of content at the moment instead of balancing. Sony bullshit is not in their hands. They will never change that unless Sony does, right? So it's one of those things that you just sit and wait it out, and if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Progression system, then Illuminates. Yeah, that would be my perfect case scenario, right? Because they're gonna know what the Illuminates are gonna be anyway. But then again, they might know, but when the Illuminates are put into the game, I guarantee you it's gonna be so fucking broken. Like, it's gonna be so broken, probably.
Liberty's enemies.
Because, like, who's testing it? What difficulty are they testing it on? 4, 5, when there's only 30 enemies running at them, and then they have no clue what's happening in the reality, right? Which I hope nobody donates to the DSS and we hurl it into Meridia and let it poof off. Yeah, I'm definitely not donating. Fuck that shit. Unless there's some update, which they mentioned in that interview, in their latest interview, you know, in that case, obviously. But this is also crazy. Like, who came up with this cooldown shit? Like, maybe 2-day cooldowns, okay, but a week? Surprised we can't switch around armor passive so we can look cool and be effective. Yeah, that's such a must, honestly. Space, just fine. Crazy Mr. Pips on Twitch. I appreciate you, by the way. Thank you. Arrowhead needed to add Illuminate for the holidays. Yeah. Well, the problem with that is if they do that, what happens when they go on holidays, though? JB. That's why I'm scared of it. Like, I in my perfect case, even though I want the game to have Illuminates as soon as possible, if I'm them, I wouldn't drop it before the holidays. But then again, I don't know. Because we know, like, their holidays are longer, right? So, like, them dropping it now, and then what, bro? Eagle Storm and Orbital Blockade isn't too bad. See, the problem is you shouldn't be even saying that, because you shouldn't be okay with too bad, right? Like, and that's what I think as a community we need to raise the bar. We shouldn't be like, oh yeah, that's not too bad. No, I'm not okay with that. I respect your opinion, and if you feel like that, you feel like that. I'm not gonna argue that why you feel like that. I mean, that's your thing. I just completely disagree with the fact that companies that make hundreds of even compared to it, it doesn't have to be like that whole Planetary Bombardment JR and the whole, like, just completely rework it, bro. Like, what the fuck is this? Rex, hello, good to see you. Mechs take up 5% of your entire computer CPUs. Then why they don't allow more? Because they have way too many hitboxes. That's not my problem and your problem, right? Yeah, we need progression. They need to fix it. We need progression faster on Xbox release or customization. To be honest, we need a lot of stuff, some content into this game. I agree. I 100% agree. There's no doubt about it. The Eagles are insane fun. The other two is meh. Too bad was good. We had stuff like Meridia and the battle for the creek, but that's another that's the point I've been making about, like, this whole creek thing as well, right? It was so cool, dude. One of the coolest experiences as a gaming community, right? Let's be honest, when we were fighting the automatons, right? And then what happened, bro? Chris, good morning. What happened? Literally, we pushed the bots out, everybody was excited, and 2 days later, or like, they just reappeared. It's like, that feels like you undervalue my time. You know what I mean? Like, we spent hours upon hours fighting the bots, bro. It was insane. I was actually literally in the last game when we were taking, I finished the mission, and when we got out, we finished the whole automaton side. That's how close it was, right? And then like 2 days later, they were back. I don't know. Like, it should have been way more impactful, like what we did. Same, Fuzz. What happened to vehicles? I have no clue. It could be the same problem. If it is the optimization, then I would assume that not adding the vehicles are probably justified by the optimization issue. Twinsies, exactly. That was glorious. But what happened after it? Oh, guys, the bots are back. That's it. Let's fight them now. It's like, you know, that threw me off so much. Literally, when that happened, I turned the game off after that, like when they came back, and I was like, I'm never doing an MO again. Like, I don't care. It has no meaning. And that's how it has felt to me. And that's why I never did the DSS MOs as well, because I knew this shit was gonna happen. Like, we've talked about this off stream, like me and some of the boys, and they were like, Pip, why are you not playing the MO? And I would always say, because it doesn't matter. Like, it's gonna be so underwhelming that if I play it right now and give it hours upon hours every day just to liberate their MOs, and then the content is shit, I'm gonna be so pissed. So I don't want to do that. I'll just play the game the way I enjoy, so that way I just don't feel like my time was shit on. You know what I mean? The thing is that the community made White Creek was the post, the thrill, the long nights. Yes, but that also happened, Rebels, because the community thought that these MOs were way more impactful than they were in reality, right? So we had this vision of the game that was perfect in our head. And then after we completed it, we quickly found out that was not the case. MOs lost all the meaning after that. I agree. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's how it was, Rebels. At least that's how I felt about it. DSS was first time I got invested and had that same experience. Yeah. Doesn't it suck though, Martinez? Right? It sucks. They don't have good rights for the MO. Yeah, and I think a lot of it is like just there to give them more time to introduce content, right? It's like just stretching time, killing time. I have a question for you, Pips. What if the MO reward was not medals and it was a cool cape? Would you participate? No, and I'll tell you why. I think that the customization is bad in this game, and it wouldn't matter, because like what if the cape that they made is, I don't know, purple, right? And I want to use it with something else. I would do that if there was transmog system, then it's different. But if we're trying to make my character look cool, I want to use whatever I want to use, you know? So yeah. Pips, you're pretty jacked. Any advice on getting in shape? Says Space. I mean, if I'm being honest, you don't need to go crazy about working out. Well, okay, let me back that up a little bit, because like it's easier for me to say that because I used to do a lot of Olympic lifting for years. So I would train like 4 to 7 hours a day sometimes. So I would go to the gym. This was literally my daily routine. I would wake up. I never work out with a full stomach, so I literally fasted. That's how I work out. I feel extremely good when I do that, but that's individual thing. Like, you might not feel like that, so don't do it if you don't. So I would go to the gym around 9 to 10. Empty stomach, as I said. Then I would do approximately 3 to 4 hours of Olympic lifting, which means that I would do like front squats, snatches, jerks, all that kind of stuff, on repeat for like hundreds of times. Then I would go back home. I would eat. I would sleep. Then I would wake up and go again. I used to do a little bit of gymnastics, just for like athleticism, right? And then I would go to sleep and literally repeat. And I did that for quite a long time. But like if you want to be in shape, no, okay, I'm not skinny. I'm actually so I'm I don't know, what is it, 1 meters and 90 centimeters, and right now I'm 92 kg. So But right now I'm a little bit heavier than I'm usually am. I'm usually at like 88, 89 kg, so like 3 less. Don't need to work out that much. Also, Pips, I used to work out 7 hours per day, says Thick. I think I saw your message on stream, but I didn't respond because I'm gonna have to take a look at my schedule after the stream, brother, and I'll get back to you, okay? Because we might be leaving town tomorrow. We need to check some land that we found that we're interested in. So I might be out of town. Shit, Pips is tall. Yeah, that's pretty tall, I guess, right? But yeah, for my weight, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. But like, if you want to stay in shape, you don't need to do crazy shit, bro. I do pull-ups and eat clean. Like, that's more than enough. And then do some squats. You don't even need back squats because that might hurt your back if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So I would do front squats. I've been injured more than like probably 7 to 10 times. So I'm very careful, but I am from the country of Georgia. Yeah, well, I'll let you know how it is, Thick, and I'll try to make it back home in time, maybe. But yeah, that's all you got to do. Do like, if you can get to the point where you do 100 pull-ups every day, you're good. Like, you're good for life. Nix, what's up, man? Pips is from heaven. But like, I've for me, it was always, I've never been like super. Maybe I can find a photo. You guys want to see a photo on how I looked like? Well, I'm pretty similar now. I'll show you a photo on how on what kind of ship I have been in, and you guys can tell me. I have slightly more weight right now, but it's very similar. But I'll show you if I can find the photo. That is, give me 1 second. Has to be somewhere here. I don't remember where it was. Your photos, maybe. Yeah, it should be here somewhere. 1 second, chat. I'm looking for it. Yeah, okay. I mean, open image in new tab. Yeah, this is me like in a workout process. Here, let me show you. I used to have long hair, like very long hair, but I don't know. 1 second. I have a better photo too. I'll find a better photo. 1 second, let me find it actually. Where's Veronica? More you play, the faster you got them? Oh, what do you mean, Jared? I'll find it here in a second, chat, I think. That way you guys will kind of understand, you know? What's up, Chaos Diver here? Says, Isaac, what's up, man? It has to be somewhere very close, chat. Very close. But yeah, you don't need to go crazy about it, bro. Like, as long as you're doing, you know, some of it, I think you'll be in phenomenal shape. And that's about it. I was answering Joe's question. Oh, I see. Pips accidentally pulls out his drunk night photo. Nah. I'm always careful with that stuff. I can't seem to find the other photo. What is this? No. So that's an old photo. I'm like 14 years old or something. You should create a Helldiver themes workout schedule. I bet that would super cool. What do you mean by that? Okay, I can't find that photo right now, unfortunately, but I don't know where it went. It should be here, to be honest with you. It was definitely here. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it for you, chat. Because I don't have any, like, I barely take any photos. You know what I mean? Maybe it's here. I barely take any photos, dude. Okay, yeah, I mean, this will do as well, just to give you an idea. Open a new tab. Boom. Okay. So here's me, like, working out, like, in the workout process, right? This is like new working out, like, so I'm not like pumped or anything here. Like, this is a normal photo. So, like, in order to be in, like, shape like this, I used to train a lot, right? As I said, like 2 sessions a day. I would do Olympic lifting, and then I would do like stuff like that, you know. But like, I'm not flexing here or nothing, you know. So this is a pretty normal photo. But then, yeah, I used to have very long hair. Crazy how many factions people have come up with. Crazy Mr. Bun. Yeah, and then like this would be after a workout, like my arms like pumped up look like this. They don't, I think like my arms were a little bit bigger back then, like you can see the shoulder and everything, right? But I've always been like very strong though, like compared to how I looked, right? I've been pretty strong because like I can do a lot of pull-ups, like very strict form. My squat was very, well, no, I wouldn't say very strong but I'm pretty tall. So, and I've had a bunch of injuries. So my squat was, the max I've squatted was 170 kilograms. You should grow out that beard again. Looks dope. Is the creatine in the veins? Yeah, I used to be in pretty good shape. I'm still in very good shape, right? But obviously, like, I used to train 2 times a few hours a day. But what I'm saying is, like, you don't have to do that in order to be in good shape. It depends on what you call good shape, obviously, right? I mean, if you want to look like absolutely insane, that is up to you. But apart from that, because I'm natural too. Like, I've never, ever, period, taken anything apart from a little bit of creatine and water, and that's it. I've tried protein because you know, I was interested, but I never really got attached to it because I found it like it would bloat me a lot, and my stomach issues were there, and I found it pretty much not needed at all. I'm 195 lbs at 6 feet, but I'm thick. It's a space. That's a good squat. It is for the fact that I'm pretty tall. But then again, like, it has fucked me up, dude. Like, I've had so many injuries. Like, I've been pretty much hospitalized twice almost. When I say hospitalized, is I couldn't walk. Like, I could not walk at all. I would stand in front of the mirror and my body would be like this to the side, and I couldn't do anything to it because of the squats. My nerve got pinched between the discs. So I remember I was squatting. I was doing a back squat, and I went down because I do like ass to grass kind of squats. And I went all the way down, and I was standing up. I heard like something literally snapped, chat. And I knew immediately I was fucked. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I dropped the weight. In that workout, I was okay. But like, as soon as the workout, like as soon as my body like calmed down and the blood, you know, stopped, yeah, I was cooked. I couldn't walk. So my discs pinched my nerve. So they, because of too much weight and too much workout, not enough rest, like it was like this, right? So it kind of snapped onto each other like that, and it pinched the nerve, and I couldn't move anymore. And that was the first time, like, I was talking to Veronica and I was telling her, now I understand how people feel like when they're like old and you can't control your body. Because I would see my body being like this, right, to the side, and no matter how I tried, I couldn't make it, like, I couldn't straighten it out. I couldn't. Nothing helped. You know, the emergency came, they hit me with some needles, painkillers. Nothing helped. Nothing helped until it just went away after some time. Pretty much, Rebels. Yeah. I remember, like, going from this place, like, to that door, it would take me a few minutes because my steps were like tiny steps. I could barely walk. It was kind of scary. But then it happened to me again. It happened to me like 3 times. The second, the third time, I was like, oh, okay, I've been here before. I am 1 meter and 90 centimeters, and I'm 92 kilo, 90, yeah, around 92 right now. So how much is 92 kilograms, chat? I don't know. And I don't know what 190, I think it's 6'3". If I'm not mistaken, it could be 6'2". I'm not sure, chat. Yeah, well, I did went to, obviously, like, when I did take an MRI. Damn you fat. No, I always try to control that. I don't get out of hand. Sometimes I will gain like a few kilograms, right? But that's about it. 92 kilograms is 400 pounds. No, it's not. I think it's 210, right? It would be 210. What? Few more minutes. Exactly. I think it's 210. Yes, something like that. 400 pounds would be crazy, though. Imagine I was 400 pounds, bro. I couldn't walk. That's like double me. Holy shit, that's gotta be crazy. Pips is not sure if you have already said, but what do you expect from this coming possible update? I don't know, like changes to DSS as they mentioned in the interview. Pips is taller than The Rock? Wait, really? What? Oh, I don't know. Was it daylight savings or something? I don't know. It should drop soon. I'm kind of chubby, but I may be able to go to gym with one of my parents soon. That's awesome. It's okay that you're chubby, dude. Like, it's all about like putting in the work. Nobody starts with a perfect body. You start, and it's not even about the body. Stop thinking about the body. The body is a side effect of you working out and putting in the work and being disciplined. The main thing you're gonna get from going to the gym is getting uncomfortable and doing shit you don't want to do. That's the main thing people struggle with, right? It's not that people don't work out because it's hard to pick up weights, because you can always find weights that you can pick up. It's hard to work out because you need to tell yourself to do something that you don't want to do. I fucking hate working out at this point. I really don't enjoy it now, right? But I still get up and do it regardless if I enjoy it or not. It doesn't matter. You work out for your health and being able to do more, not about sort of looks. Yeah, looks are a phenomenal bonus. That's how I always looked at it. When I started working out, my first question, when I first started out, my first question to the guy that was helping me, close friend of mine, was, if I keep working out, will I be in good shape in 5 years? That was my first question. My first question was never, will I be good in shape in 3 months? There's nothing like having hundreds of LBS on you and struggle against the weight. Yeah. My bench was actually pretty good for somebody that has been natural. So my max 1 rep bench was 165 kilograms. And at that time I was 90 kilograms. So that was my body weight plus 75, which is pretty good in my opinion. Solace, what's up? I work for a concrete company, so my job keeps me in shape, but I want to take it to the next level. Just don't touch steroids and you don't need none of that shit, bro. Well, we're going to find out, Solus. We're going to find out very, very soon. Do you think Helldivers 2 will win nominee at Game Awards? I mean, it could be I think it's not nominated for Game of the Year. But I think that's also fine. I don't think it was Game of the Year. Bro, strong as fuck. I couldn't do that at the moment, Luke. Right now, I would say that my 1 rep max would be like 140. I could do 140. I haven't benched for months. I currently, as I said, I do a lot of pull-ups. I do a lot of gymnastic kind of workouts, which is like I have rings at my house. I have everything set up. So I have like gymnastic rings. I have a pull-up bar. I have a bench press, squat. I have everything in my house in the next room. So I do some of all of it, but not I don't go crazy. If you struggle going to the gym, try doing something like cold forging a tool or splitting a cord of firewood and transporting it. Do something that rewards you in a way you like. Yeah, of course. It's all about movement. To be honest, as long as I can rep or do a pull-up 6 times with 100 kg or less, or do a pull-up 6 times. Pull-up with 100 kg on your body is fucking crazy. There's probably a few people in the world that can do that. His mom gave birth and the doctor said, congratulations, it's a man, says Assassin. Helldivers could win most surprising game. Yeah, that could be. It is nominated for best ongoing, best action, best community. No, it doesn't. Doesn't deserve best community. Maybe. Best ongoing. No, it doesn't deserve best ongoing. There's way better games that are best ongoing, in my opinion. If you're also worried about heavy weights, a pack of resistance bands. Yes, that's true. That the resistance band training is great. I can lift 65 kg on a pull-up bar like twice, maybe 3 times if I'm well rested. 100 kg 6 times is fucking unreal. I don't know if many people can do that. Sky says, I don't think HD2 is going to win anything. Best community is a bit questionable, honestly. I mean, it has a very passionate community, though. Best ongoing should be No Man's Sky. Every other month, they launch insane, massive updates that significantly change and add the game. 100 kg in pounds is 220. So your body weight plus 220 pounds 6 times on a pull-up bar is crazy. I don't know. I've never seen anyone do that. Like, I'm sure on YouTube you'll find people. That's crazy, Guts. That's like insanely strong. Proud of you. I'm very proud of you. That's very good. So, as long as it's obviously with, well, even without good form, that's very impressive. In my opinion, if you can pull up with, let's say, even a 45 plate, let's say 10 times, I would assume that you're in the top 2% of males that can do that. I don't think there's a lot of people in the world that can do that. There's no way. But I'm saying like real pull-ups, not like the Mark Wahlberg pull-ups, bro. What the fuck was that shit? Holy shit. My guy didn't do a single pull-up on that show. I just sound negative, but I don't give a shit about Game Awards anymore. It's fake, just like Landor. I mean, you don't sound negative. That's just your opinion. It's absolutely fine. I never gave a shit about it. So, I don't know. It's just good for the games, right? Because in that space, in the mainstream, it helps them out. So, I'm happy for the good games to win. But, like, I don't think gamers really give a shit. Yeah, there was one gymnast. Bro, when I used to go to the gymnastics, it was insane. I've never seen more powerful. Like, when it comes to pull motions, they're on a different level. They are on a different fucking level, dude. They're not in this. They're not on. It's like they're from a different planet, bro. I'm not even joking to you. They are crazy. They are crazy. What is your record? I don't play that shit, bro. I can't do it. I think I've tried it once and I was already bored within 3 minutes. I'm telling you, bro, like the way chin-ups are totally legit. Well, chin-ups are of course legit. Yeah, you just gotta like have a good extension, right? Game of the year is just up the individual's preference, to be honest. I mean, I might not like something, but I will still acknowledge it's the game of the year. Like I didn't play or enjoy that much like Elden Ring slash you know, Dark Souls kind of games. But I understand that Elden Ring should have been the game of the year. You know what I mean? Imagine Arrowhead dropping trailer with Illuminates at Game Awards with release date in December or January. I mean, as I said, I truly believe Illuminate's gonna drop faster than the weapon customization. There's just no fucking way. I don't know how they... I think that... Me and Thick were talking about this, and I told him, like, I don't even want to say this, but I feel like the weapon customization is probably 1 year away or something. 60-day plan Illuminate comment. Yeah, most jokes aside, that could happen. Like if they drop Illuminate and the shape it's in is ass, yeah. It could 100%. I could see them needing a long fucking time to fix it up. I could see it. You should do gym content. Well, we can do a workout stream if you guys want one day. It's literally in my next room. I have everything set up that I need, so we can do it. What do you think of the Slugger pips? In my opinion, it feels super weak, especially now that the halt does everything. Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, Slugger is one of those weapons that were just thrown under the bus and for no reason, you know. I'm working on everything, chat. I'm working on everything. We're getting new animations, you know, new cameras. We will most likely have a pretty savage stream starting January, so pretty much next year. I'm buying all the cameras and everything. I'm literally just putting money away, right? I just need to put away just a little bit more, and then I'll be able to buy a bunch of cameras, microphones, all that kind of stuff, and we're taking the stream to the next fucking level. It's time. No, I'm not getting a PS5 Pro. Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna wait, chat. We're gonna wait. I think something's gonna drop for sure. The time has been moved though, right? So it can take longer. Pips, I saw a video of support weapons that you do recommend for bugs. Can you make a video on support weapons that are not good for bugs and eventually bots, and why? Yeah, I can look into it. I just don't enjoy... I can tell you what's good for the bots right now. I just don't want to make a video about it because I don't like bots and the way they're designed, and I don't want to make content about it, you know? But don't get it twisted. Like, I play against that faction. I've tested all the new weapons. When a Warbond comes out, we stream against the Terminates. We upload the video, and then I straight in jump into the game and test everything against the bots. And then I lose my brain cells approximately in 2-3 hours to the point that I want to drill a hole through my screen, and then I turn off the game. But, you know. No, it's not about positioning. Bots are not more fun. Like, from a gaming perspective, it's way worse. It is very poorly designed. Like, it is. There's no argument there. Like, even in the known issues, I swear to God, in the known issues of the game, it says severe ragdolling. What are we talking about? I mean, it could be fun because people enjoy the aesthetics and everything more, and the enemy types. That's different. That's very individual. But in terms of like how it functions, it's very poorly designed. Yes, Curse, they mentioned in an interview they had in Korea that this week we're getting a new update for the DSS. And their update date is Tuesday, so we're waiting. Can't convince you if you're already determined. I find bots just as easy. I never said it wasn't easy. I think the bots are easier in general. I'm saying that it's poorly designed. Meaning, when you have ranged enemies, that can shoot you from across the map, it needs sound design. It needs visual design. It needs cues. It shouldn't be shooting through walls. The ragdolling animation is too slow. You shouldn't be ragdolled so much. People keep saying positioning. I understand that. Yes, you'll position. But what I'm saying is, whatever you're positioning through, a lot of the times you still get hit. And on top of that, once you do get hit, you get ragdolled. And the ragdolling is not fun. It's just annoying. Like, that's the truth. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I've never said people should not play it. I've always said, if you enjoy the bugs or the bots, play whatever the fuck you want. And just don't listen to me or any content creator for that matter. Whatever you enjoy the most, do that. But then there's reality. And I'm not saying it's not fun for people. I'm saying it's poorly designed. And I'm looking at it from a game design perspective. And that's it. And that's factually true. You know? Well, with the SM2 situation, it is different though, because you have a lot, and I mean a lot of sound and visual cues. It might be moved, Rebels, because of the time difference, so we might have to wait a little bit more. Rocket Striders need weak points, I feel. Playing against bots always feels unfair. I love it, but for sure, a preference. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. What aspect of the game do you enjoy? Currently, not much. Currently, I don't... I've been very open with this. Like, I love you guys and the people that make the game fun, right? Like, being here with you, discussing these topics, and sometimes playing the game and going over builds is what I enjoy. Do I enjoy the game separately from my community? No. You guys are literally what make it fun for me. If you're not here, right? Like, for me, would I play the game off stream? Not as much. The reason I show up and stream Helldivers 2 is because most people show up for Helldivers 2 currently, and I need to take care of my loved ones. And I'm being open about it. I'm not gonna sit and hide it. There's an update today. It's coming in an hour. Yeah, people are saying there was a time difference or whatever, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit. We need more defense mechanics against the bots. We just need cues. We need cues. There's no cues on, like, unknown attacks. And I'm not talking about shit that is hitting you, like, directly like that from the front. Like something that hits you from the side. There has to be cues. I don't get ragdolled much because I keep the correct distance away. I only get ragdolled when I mispositioned. But then I blame myself only. Yeah, okay. That's cool. That's not necessarily the case in because I've played the game and I've played the bots extremely carefully. And when there's an explosion that you don't see and it hits you, you are going to get ragdolled. So playing the bots and not getting ragdolled, you're insane. Because I've seen some of the best players in the world play it and they still get ragdolled. But that's good to hear. It's because you make good points, dude. It's the space. I've currently got a taste for playing with the sniper weapons. I'm in love with the diligence and the headshots effect. Yeah, that is cool. Yo, what's up, game? The main problem with automatons is that we are fighting a fully equipped army with armored vehicles and aircraft. Helldivers look like rebels. Yeah, it's game design, dude. It's game design. And I know that people don't like me saying this, but like literally if you take a look at the patch notes, like no joke, like I'm not making this shit up, right? Like here, let me show you. Where is it? Here. Just random patch notes I'm gonna show you, right? Just random. Give me 1 second. Let me move this. Look. Excessive ragdolling can cause a feeling of helplessness and frustration. This is not Pip is making this shit up. This is what the devs understand. Thank God. You see what I mean? Like, and people get frustrated when I say this, but it really is the case. And after they fix this, which I don't know whenever that's gonna be, they need to start working on cues. Ramirez, what's up, brother? They need to start working on the cues, bro. The game needs fucking cues, bro. For sure. For sure, it needs cues. You know what I mean? Like, it's right here. It's right here. Just saying. Would you support them making an unflinching passive or motivation shock to reduce ragdoll? I also don't agree. To answer your question, Kev, I also don't agree with that whole thing where ragdolling is fun. It needs to be in the game. No, not in the current form. It doesn't. It has to be fixed. The fact is the ragdolling animation is bad. It's not the fact that you get ragdolled often alone. It's the animation. It's like you're standing up like a 97-year-old woman, bro. What the fuck is that shit? Like, it's so slow and you're like, you feel, I think the right word would be floaty. It's like you're floating. It doesn't feel like you get like thrown away or like you're on the ground and you're getting up. It's like you're floating. Everything's slow. Late for me, but we out here chilling with you, bro. Says Ramirez. I appreciate you, man. How was your day? I have not played Star Citizen, no. Just needs to leave you prone after a ragdoll floating under the map. Do you think an option to stay down after ragdoll solves some issues? I do agree that stand-up is slow, and sometimes I hope I stay down. Yeah, that would be a great change for sure. That would probably be one of the smartest things to do. You know? Players are unable to emote. Yeah, stratagem balls bouncing. Like, these issues, man. I think like if... Okay. So I think like if this was early 2000s or probably like even into the 90s, right? I'm not even joking. All of these that we see right here, all of these would be fixed within one day. I'm just going to say it. I really believe that, by the way. And the reason I would say that and an example to back that up, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but there's a very cool interview of a OG dev from Blizzard. Have you guys seen that interview? Bro, like, it's such an eye-opener when you listen to the guy. I played shit out of StarCraft. And the way the guy explains it, chat, is so fucking eye-opening. Like, he says, right? Like, listen to this. It's not just that they cared, bro, right? So the way he explains it is, the guy that looks, I don't remember how he looks. He's like probably in his 40s or 50s, maybe 50s. He's like, I believe he had the white beard, right? But so what he was saying was essentially, so he gave an example, like he was bringing an example from his current day workspace, and this is what he was saying, right? He goes, the other day, this was I believe like 2022 or something. He goes, the other day, he works at I don't remember which company he works at the moment, studio. He goes, the other day there was some kind of problem. I needed to change some values of a skill, right? Like the way the skill acted, the animation, or like the damage it would deal, or something like that. So he went to one of the guys that worked at the office, like a new guy, right? Once again, around 2022 or 2021. I might be like messing up a little bit with the years, but like somewhere around that. He goes to the guy and he's like, hey dude, I know you're working on this. I need your help real quick. Can you please change this for me tonight? I need it for tomorrow to be changed, right? It was specifically about some class or character or something. And the guy that is supposed to make that change goes, oh no, this is going to take me a month. And he goes, I looked at him and I didn't want to be like, I don't want to hurt his feeling or something, right? And, you know, he's a young guy or whatever. I don't want to sound on. He doesn't say what hurt his feelings. He said something like I don't want to be an asshole or something. And he goes, you can come to my desk today and I'll show you and we can finish it together today, right? And the guy goes, no, that you can't finish it today. I need a month. So he says, now I don't know what to do. So I had to go to our supervisor. And like the guy that was in charge, he goes to him and he tells him, I need to get this done. I'm willing to show him how to do it. It shouldn't take a month. So now this guy brings in the other guy and they talk it over. And the head guy goes, okay, just give him 2 weeks. So now this guy says, something that I could have fixed within a day, now I'm waiting for 2 weeks. And I think that's what's happening in studios. I truly fucking believe that. I think that's what's happening in studios. It's like the same situation with Elon Musk buying Twitter and then firing 80% of people, and like Twitter is still the same. It's like kind of the same shit. Like that's kind of the feeling I get, you know? What is your most played game ever? Oh, I would say Aeon Online and Destiny. I feel like once it was about art, now it's about money. It could be about both and you could still get the job done, but it's just right now, as you said, it's just about money, I think. Day was good, bro. Resting and recovering from COVID. Think is normal thing now. Hit me like a truck though. Oof. Happy for your recovery, man. Get better soon. Exactly what's happening. I got friends who know about it. They told me the same thing. Well, Twitter has gotten worse significantly. The amount of circuit racism and toxicity has increased. What? When was there not toxic? Bro, listen, I don't even live in the US and I frankly do not give a shit in a way, right? Because I don't live there. And in a way I do give a shit, I guess, because like what kind of politics US drives is always interesting to me personally. But internet has always been a toxic place. And I don't understand this whole argument against like, you know, be it censoring or whatever, or like, I don't understand the argument of toxicity. I don't get it. I think people get to say whatever the fuck they want. I just don't understand it. And as I said, I'm not even a US citizen. I can't imagine why you would live in the US and not want free speech. I don't get it. I don't get it. And once again, I don't even live there. People lives in a land where you can speak the language of the gods. Well, I live in the land where I can, you know, say whatever I want and nobody gets butthurt about everything, you know? You got to understand, like the US is also a very a crazy place in a way. Free speech and hate speech. Give me an example of hate speech. Maybe we agree, but I want to, but it's a very broad term, right? What is hate speech? Right? Let's say somebody comes out and says, I don't like Georgians. Georgians suck. Would I get butthurt about it? No. Would I say, what the fuck? Yes. Would I be okay with it? That's his opinion. I mean, sure. Now it's different if somebody comes out and says, everybody, we need to, you know, take out the Georgians. And it's like, okay, that's different. Playing on mobile don't make you a gamer. I think they are probably talking about the US state with the example. Remember the DSS last week? I made you laugh with the what the fuck is this comment. You live in Lord of the Rings land where everything looks amazing. Political correctness is fascist. Bro, listen, people talk about communism and shit. Like, it's crazy. None of you probably even know the story of my country, right? We have one of the richest histories in the world. Like, this is literally one of the oldest countries in the world. Just to make you understand, we have the one of the 12 languages that has its own writing is my language, and we have 2 different writings. Okay, just to make you understand how old the country is, the first grape wine was found in Georgia in approximately 4th to 5th century, right? Like, we are literally, it doesn't get older in many other countries out there. Like, we are one of the oldest countries out there. Okay, it's not even fucking close. And this country has gone through slavery and everything. Like, even if we were literally, this is historical fact, for 600 years, actually more than that, but let's say 600. We were literally taken over by the Turks, right? And we were literally slaves. That's all it was. We had slavery in our country just, I would say, like a few hundred, not even, years ago, right? My what's it called? The guys before me, what is it called in English? Oh, forget the fucking word. Ancestors, so to speak. Part of them were slaves. They used to, you know, like serve to families that were way ranked above them and shit like that. Now, it's a touchy subject, but I don't give a shit. So, do I give a fuck about it in a way? Am I gonna sit here and say that, you know, this or that was, I don't know, man. Like, it's weird to me. Like, I can exactly, Jackson, exactly. And I think that's the thing, right? I can speak about these things because literally my country went through it. And on top of that, you gotta understand, we went through communism as well. Literally went through communism. Like, time flies, but we were part of the Soviet Union not that long ago. You know? So trust me when I tell you, when you look at it from far away, what is closer to communism? It's definitely not free speech. Free speech is not free speech is not close to communism. And just because somebody's being toxic, let me tell you this.
Did I hear that right?
What?
Communism, they don't coexist.
Exactly, they don't coexist. That's what I'm saying. So if you're thinking that somebody saying something toxic is bad, trust me, you'd rather have that than have communism. Trust me on that, bro. Literally my parents lived through it. Freedom of speech and expression are amazing, and being able to speak without being thrown in a gulag is beautiful. 100%. And the people that do not understand that are the people that have the privilege to not understand it, you know? And I'm trying to like word these things correctly. English is not my first language, so if I say something stupid, just call me out on it and I'll try to explain it. Maybe the meaning behind it is different. Pip's parents are angels. Well, one of them, yeah. My mom is a nun. She lives at the monastery, so. Slavery was a global problem practiced in almost every culture at one point or another in history. Very fucking true. Very fucking true. Not sure how far you want to go in this subject, but how do you feel about Second Amendment right to own guns? First of all, once again, I'm not a U.S. citizen, so I don't know everything. I know the main stuff when it comes to the amendments, but not all of them, okay? Just want to put it out there. So my opinion on all of this isn't like the most professional opinion about this, but if you're asking my honest opinion, I think that the U.S. people should never give up their guns. That's just my opinion, right? I don't think you should ever give up your guns. That's just me. Just hope Russia won't hurt neighbors no more. Well, yeah. Well, just in 2008, my country went through war. I could literally see bombs dropping like 500 fucking meters away from me. It was crazy. Craziest shit I've ever seen. I have 5 ARs. Ramson is fucking John Rambo. Greetings from Ukraine, bro. Totally get what you are saying. Yo! Ukraine, what's up, man? Wish you guys nothing but the very, very best. Sorry for that little lag, chat. I don't know what it was, but hopefully yeah, it's done now. But if it lags again, give it a few seconds, it will fix. Germans are dying. It has literally more viewers now than an hour ago by far. No, he means there was a little bit of a lag. Our greetings from Ukraine. Greetings once again. Gun regulation is a must, though. Yes, I would agree that there has to be something that makes it harder to get guns going forward, right? I would say that for sure. I don't think there's many people who will argue that. Like, I don't think like you could walk in a fucking Dunkin' Donuts and pick up 3 ARs if that's the question. You know what I mean? I hope that will never be the case, chat. But apart from that, like, yeah, I'm living in Germany. Germans say they have free speech, but on the other hand, your home can be raided if you say that politician is a jerk. I've heard that from a lot of people from Germany, actually. Gun regulation is a must, though. We can't let crazies have guns. Imagine a mentally insane person that able to buy a AR. I agree with that. That I agree with. That said, I also think that there's some kind of cultural issue in the country, in general. That you know, it's a lot of it has to do with moving away from the family and stuff like that. Very unfortunate, right? Because I feel like family is something that makes country stronger in general. Having a strong family, I truly believe that. Do you think Ilya Topor will be undefeated for a long time? Fuck yes, Space. Yes, baby. The idea, if you need a training to get a driver's license, so it is not asking too much of guns too. I agree. With that, I agree. Oh, I just don't agree with like giving up your guns. Don't give up your guns, bro. You guys have that there for a fucking reason. Trust me. You never know when shit hits the fan. You want to have the ability to defend your fucking family. Same in Greece. Even if people make it harder to get guns, criminal elements will always find a way to get that. That's why you should never give up the guns. Because like if you ask people to give up the guns, who's gonna give up the guns? It's gonna be the nice people. Why would a bad dude give up the gun? Why would he do that? He wouldn't. What that means is you're gonna take away guns from good people and keep the bad people with the guns. It's very fucking simple to me. I agree, Nix. Making it harder to acquire will honestly only hurt legal gun owners. Well, don't make it harder that way. Make it harder for like a very, very tough age restrictions. Didn't they just take out emoting while flying through the air? Why is it no one issues list? Because they're implementing it back into it. UK should have guns. Also, the crime would drop massively. Well, UK's fucked, so it's like that's a that's a completely different fucking topic. UK currently, in my opinion, is kind of cooked, but I mean, I don't, you know, such a beautiful country though. Like I've been there. We're in London, in Notting Hill. My wife is flying over there very soon, actually, almost next week. I think this is an amazing that a Georgian understands gun rights more than a Democrats of my country. Well, that's most likely because we've actually lost freedom in our country, and we've actually been through communism. And we actually have been through no freedom of speech. You got to understand, people were killed. This is, you know, for all the people that maybe don't know about the Soviet Union. People were killed for their opinions. This is not a joke. Like, this is part of history. You can look it up. Like, people would say something, and then they would put you up the wall and gun you down on the street, outside, special places, or they would send you to fucking ass of the world while you would freeze, and that was it. And I myself was a part of war. I didn't fight in the war as a soldier, right? Because I'm the only child, and in Georgia, if you're the only child, especially back then, they wouldn't take you to war. Me and a few of my friends, when the war started, we're young and whatever, and we went to sign up, and they didn't let us through, so we didn't get the pass because my friend's eyesight was worse than a 170-year-old man's eyesight. He literally, they were like, "Can you see the target?" He's like, "Yes, it's a dog," and in reality, it was like a 42-year-old woman. So they said, no, you're good. We go back. And then for me, it was like I was in great shape back then, but they couldn't take me because I was the only child. So they sent me off. Yet a lot of people, no, bro, they're not a lot of, well, not in our countries. They're not. It's, people say that shit, but nobody wants to go back to the USSR. It's the old people, sometimes the 80-year-olds and 90-year-olds who, you know, remember some good stuff from it, I guess. It was crazy, dude, because like I always like, it always puts a smile on my face sometimes in a bad way, I guess, when I hear like a lot of US people talk about these things and war and stuff, because I also was in that kind of position where when you think you can talk about war, and obviously you can, it's your opinion, once again, free speech and shit, and everybody can talk about it, right? But the reality is you have no clue what the fuck you're talking about, because like I'll never forget when war started in my country. This was 2008. It was a little bit surreal. When you see a plane fly over you, and then not even half a mile away from you, it drops bombs, and you see the explosions, you very clearly understand the reality of war. And I really hope that none of you guys experienced that shit, because that was the first time in my life. Listen, once again, I grew up in Georgia, and we didn't have like a normal chill situation on the streets. There was fights, stabbings, shootings, drug dealers, like fucking crazy shit. Like drug dealers would take us into fucking elevators. Literally would take us into elevators and they would let me hold the thing over their arm, so the vessels were, you know, so I would like hold it for them. I was a kid, like I was like 10, 11. For us, that was normal. We did that, like, no, oh, that guy needs help. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, can you help me? I need you. Yeah, sure, man. Follow him into the elevator. Boom. He would like get the dose in, fall to the ground, fucking clocked out. I would just leave. That was a normal thing. That was a normal fucking thing. Think about that for a second. I didn't get like traumatized from it. That wasn't scaring me. And now you got to think, why was that? That was because that was normal. You see what I mean? I will never forget. We were sitting, I was like 13. We're sitting in our yard where we used to live. And there was like a bunch of chairs. And the bigger guys were there. So like 22, 23, 24. And they had guns. And they were making jokes about like their friend, and I looked up at the friend, and he was sitting on the balcony with a like a almost like a sniper rifle, but it wasn't like more like an AR, like a DMR. And the reason they were doing that was they were waiting for a car to go through and take shots at them because they had a fight the previous day. You know what I mean? And for me as a 13-year-old, that was normal. I didn't even leave. I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be cool to watch. Now, if you really break that shit down, you understand how fucked my brain was, right? I think there's more Ukrainians in this chat than Pips thinks. Listen. That's a tough subject because I have some Ukrainian friends, absolutely amazing girls. Like, they used to visit Georgia. They were very close to my very close friends. They were together for a few years. Her name was Yulia. Is Yulia, I mean. I said was because back at the times. But phenomenal girl. Amazing person. Probably one of the coolest girls I've ever met, to be honest. Extremely caring, loving. And it breaks my heart that whatever's happening there is happening. You know? That is actually insane, Pips. It is insane. But that was my childhood. Like to listen to more, but gotta go. Peace. Toby, take care. I'm sorry. I would just leave. Made me laugh so hard right now. But yeah, that was the reality, bro. That was how it was. And I think like a lot of these things, when you go through these things and actually see planes flying over and bombing and you know what I mean? Then it's like, okay, this is the real issues, you know? And if you ever ask me, oh, this speech is toxic. No. Let them be toxic. Let them be toxic. Just trust me on that. Let people be toxic if they want to, but let them speak their fucking mind. The second your people in your country starts taking that right away from you in any scenario, you're going the bad route. Just my opinion. Obviously, I know a lot of people are going to disagree. It's absolutely fucking fine. That's why I believe in free speech and people don't, right? But we got to learn to agree and disagree. That's all it is. But this is just coming from personal experience. It's very valuable that you guys have that. So cherish that. Well, you came out a charismatic dudes to space, bro. Yeah, it's I appreciate that, first of all. But yeah, we've had a very original upbringing in Georgia. I enjoy watching Thick, but I like how you talk about other topics outside of general gaming. Yeah, that's what I always wanted this channel to be. I don't want it just to be a gaming channel, you know. I think that the community deserves more, you know, and it's more interesting a lot of the times. That's why I'm making the podcast room here soon, hopefully. Your thoughts on the brain not stopping development until 25 and older? Oof, I don't know a lot about that, so I can't talk there. Are we going to have an update today? We're waiting, bro. I guess 23 minutes. We'll know exactly. Glad you made it out, and it's nice to listen to your experience. It puts things into perspective and should make one appreciate the lives we have. I'm done blowing up a chat now. Sorry. No, Thupper, you always post as much as you want. That's what I love. Talk about what I know about. I talk about what I know about, says Thick. Being able to communicate is key. Toxicity is fine, but hate speech is not. Like, it should never be okay to dehumanize and racialize another person or group of people. Let me think that through. Never be okay to dehumanize. True. Racialize. What does that mean? Like, once again, I'm Georgian. If you talk about Georgians in a way, I wouldn't be butthurt about it. Does that make sense? Like, I wouldn't be butthurt about it. I think it's fine. What do you think about the new vehicles we're supposedly getting soon? Like, would it be okay? Let me ask this: would you guys, let's say someone came up to you and said, "My favorite race of people," just an example, "is Asian people." Is that racist? Is that racist for you? Would that be considered racist? The Scorcher is the incendiary breaker of the bots. I think the Purifier is better. Because because if you think about it, that's gonna depend on the person, right? He might have had encounters, whatever, and he might feel, for example, that depending on his life experiences, like Asians are super chill or super nice or stuff like that, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if somebody came up to me and says, "Dude, Georgians are not my favorite people," I'd be like, "Yeah, okay, I would understand. I would actually understand why." Yeah, exactly, Zinni, right? Like, that's the whole point. Somebody might find it that way, but like, let him still say it though. See what I mean? Like, Georgian people are loud, very high energy, very similar to Italian, Spanish families. Like, I've said this multiple times. If you sit by a dinner table at a Georgian family's dinner table, you'll be like, these guys are about to kill each other. But in reality, it's a lot of love. I mean, I don't think so. I'm Asian. I don't exactly care if people are racist to me. I know who I am. See? That's what I mean, though. I'm the same way. By the way, you have the most beautiful women in the world. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it, Kay. It's whatever. I said it. Where's my wife, chat? Oh my God, she's gonna fucking kill me. When you've been a speech, all you do is create hidden groups where the speech is not in the open and you give them platform. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, you just, I think just people should talk. Thupper, thank you so much for the membership. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't think that's normal, man. Like, do you know about Queen Tamar the Great? Of course. That's our golden age, bro. Of course I know. Of course I know. I know my history. I don't know, like, in like all of the queens and you know, kings and shit, but like the David the Builder and Stang Gorgasali, Tamar, the bigger ones. Awesome story. Yeah, she was fucking dope. Where do you take your wife on the first date? Oh God. First of all, she took me out. I offered to go for a coffee. She named the location. She said she wanted to go to the cemetery. Yeah. And it was midnight. Yeah. So we went. Yeah. And just for context, just for context, right? I'm not afraid of the cemetery or anything. I don't look at death as tragedy in general. Obviously, there can be tragic deaths when somebody young passes away or stuff like that. Obviously, that's horrible. What I'm saying is, like, for me, life and death is, I look at it a little bit differently, right? And even when it comes to my death, I always tell my child, like, hey, when I go away, you're gonna miss me, whatever. I want you to be happy. Just live your life and try to make your loved ones proud, make me proud. And, you know, that's a part of life. We get old, we go away. That's all. So I'm not afraid of the cemetery or anything. The cemetery, yes. A night to never forget. Magical mountains, of course. Oh, wow. Wife goals. What happens in the graveyard stays in the graveyard. Exactly, Hall. Keeper? Yeah. The second date, we snuck into the zoo. That was bad idea, bro. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning. We snuck into a fucking zoo. The tigers were still out in their fucking cages. And my wife, no fucking joke. When we go in there, bro, I'm like straight up looking for cameras, right? I'm like, dude, there's gotta be cameras here. And I look to the side and there's a big ass fucking big camera with like 50 red lights around it looking at me. And it's like blinking. And I look at my wife and I go, yo, the cameras saw us, right? And I see her like holding the cage where the tiger is. She's like in a squat position and she's looking at the tiger and she's going, rah, rah. I'm not making this shit up. Like, you don't have to believe it, but this is real. And I'm looking at there. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And the tiger was the most confused out of all of us because the tiger's looking at my wife and the tiger goes, the tiger was confused, bro. He was so fucking out of it. He didn't know what, like, he never saw a human do that before. Usually, like, humans are afraid and shit. So I'm like, bro, we gotta go. And then we hear like dogs, right? Like they unleashed dogs. So, they have like these defensive dogs. They unleash them. They don't bite you, but they kind of corner you. And they started like barking from far away. And then they ran at us, right?
Donation.
And then they ran at us. Yo! Bofo, thank you for the 5. Can you say in Georgian, any good bug is a dead bug? Nebismieri.
Can you say in Georgian, any good bug is a dead bug?
Nebismieri. There you go. Appreciate the 5. So the update upgrade thing works, man. I'm so happy about that, bro. I finally got it to work. It wasn't working. Top donation. Let's go. We got a 5. And that top donation animation is getting updated, by the way. But as I said, like the dogs got unleashed and I go, Vero, we got to run. And she like gets behind me kind of. And in my head, bro, I'm like, this is our second date. I really like this girl. I'm going to defend her. And if the fucking dogs attack me, so be it. Right. And she's behind me and I go, get out of here. Like, kind of go, run. And I'm in my head, I'm going to stall the dogs. Right. And when I say, Vero, get out of here, bro, she was long gone. She didn't give a shit about me. She says, I hear like from the bushes, like 50 meters away, like where I see the bushes kind of like moving around. And I hear like from far away, she goes, run. That was it, bro. Nobody gave a shit about me, bro. I was just left there fucking so fast. It wasn't even funny. And like, I didn't even know how to get out because like she knew the way in. She was the one that got me into the zoo. I didn't even know there was like a secret path. Yeah, exactly, Hall. Badass? Yeah, well, that was a badass moment in my head. I didn't know I was going to get left behind. And this is the girl you chose to marry, Pips. Yeah, fuck me, bro. You could even say you were left for dead. Exactly, Kay. That was literally what it was. I was left for dead, bro. Literally, I was left for dead. That is the best love story you've ever heard, chat. Yo, Gamorka, what's up? But yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like, this country has gone through so much shit. Someone got to make this an animation for Pips. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Real talk with Pips? Absolutely, man. This is the best part of streaming, bro. Like, talking about these topics and sharing your experiences and my experiences. And, games can change. But, like, the relationships with the community got to stay the same, Hopefully there's no Left 4 Dead 2 for Pips. Oh, fuck no. Okay, you want to hear something worse? I'll tell you something worse. She's done worse. I used to do like bungee jumping and shit. Like I enjoyed that kind of like high adrenaline stuff, right? So I haven't done it like many times, few times. And there was this very tall bridge that's like 15, 20 stories high, building high, right? And there was a bungee jumping situation there, and you would go there, you would pay, you would like get hooked up and you would jump. And unfortunately later, a couple passed because the rope snapped. That's another crazy story I had. But first, let's go over my wife, right? Because we went on a date late night and we grabbed some coffee, and she was like, hey, let's just have a you know, let's just walk through on that bridge. It's a long bridge, it's a big bridge, it's a beautiful place. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. You guys see this is not gonna go well, right? So we go to that bridge, and like mid conversation, it's like late night, probably like 10, 11 p.m. And it's pretty dark, but there's lights on the bridge, obviously. And like we're walking by the bridge, and she like starts moving to the side of a bridge, like where the you know, the handling things are, right? Like the cover, or what is it called? Like so people don't fall off. I don't know what it's called. Okay. So she walks up, and I'm noticing she's moving towards it, but it's like maybe she wants to check the view or whatever, right? Like I'm not gonna think what she's gonna do. Bro, next thing I know, I swear to you right now, I'm talking about it. It scares the fucking shit out of me. She steps over the railings. Thank you, Hall. She steps over. Yo, Joe Biden! Did you do a lot of late at sometimes because she's an actress, so she would get out of theater late, Electro. So she walks over it. She holds this railing with one hand, and she starts like doing this. So essentially, you understand what I'm saying, right? Like I might not be explaining well, but she holds onto it, and she kind of hangs on the one hand and one leg and kind of tilts. I'll never forget. I wanted to tell her, please don't do that. And my voice cracked because of fear. And I went, that's literally what that is literally what, if she was here, she would tell you. I go, she started laughing as she's hanging off of this rail, which then scared me even more, because when you're laughing that hard and it's only one hand on the fucking thing, and there's like a, I don't know, bro, like 100-meter fall or whatever, 50-meter whatever, regardless, you're dead if you fall. Now in my head, I'm like, bro, if she fucking falls, just imagine that, right? So I'm begging her at this point to let go, not to let go, but to step over, right? And instead of that, this is what she does. She makes her way on this rail. So how do I explain this? So this is the rail, right? She stepped over it, right? She's right here with one hand, right? Like this, right? And like tilted. She's literally like this, chat. She's literally like this, right? So she makes her way further, and there's a point on the rail where there's a wall. So it's one of the legs of the bridge that is going over it, but it's pretty far from the rail. So she makes it to this leg right here, and she lets go of her hands. Oh my God, bro. I swear to God, even talking about it pisses me off. She lets go of her hands off the rail. She turns in the air and attaches to the leg of the bridge. So now I have PTSD. I'm not even joking. So now she's leaning on this wall, like in this position, across from the bridge, and there's a fall in between, and she's like this. So if she doesn't have the strength to push off of it, and then, mind you, she has to turn around. Oh my God, dude. Why did that happen, bro? will be an S tier member of your Apocalypse Fire team. Bro, it was scary, bro. Like, people keep saying shit like that, but it was so scary, dude. Peakest wife material. You married a gangster. Yeah, I did that. Yo, what up, FaZe? She lives by YOLO philosophy. Yeah, she's pretty. She used to be very nuts. Like, we've been together for, this is year 12. We've had our crazy times. Like, she used to like fucking go nuts about shit that with time she has like grown up. Obviously she's 32 now, but you know, she still has that crazy in her, you know, in a good way. How you doing, FaZe? In a good way, chat. Your wife gives me PTSD. Yeah, living life to the extreme. No, she used to do even worse shit, bro. Like, I'll never forget. So I lived on the 7th floor in my old apartment. And dude, you know what she would do? She would I'll never forget. There's a friend, a very close friend of mine that he passed away a few years back. We kind of grew up together. Like, he was a very nice guy, and he had cancer, and yeah, so he would come to visit me very often because we pretty much grew up together and we used to live together, and not live together, but you know, like every day we're together almost. Yeah. And one day Vero is at my house, and she would go out to the balcony, and she would stand on the ledge of the balcony, and she would like put her hands up to the ceiling and just stand there like on the ledge, and the ledge was like very thin like this. And I got used to it at some point in our relationship, and I realized like if I start shouting it's worse. So if she stands there, like what am I gonna do? I can't like babysit her all the time. So she would stand there on this balcony with like, you know, do crazy shit. And one day I'm sitting there, I think I was making coffee or something, and she was doing her thing on this balcony. And my apartment door just literally kind of, somebody just breaks it down almost. Like there's a huge smashing sound, and he rushes into the room, and it's this friend of mine that passed away. And he falls to his knees, literally falls to his knees, because he apparently saw her from the bottom. So he was extremely scared for her. So he goes, Pip, 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 tell her to stop, please, Pip, Pip, Pip. And he's literally on his knees, bro. And I started like laughing and shit. I was like, bro, like chill out. Nothing's gonna happen. And then I went out to the balcony. I was like, Vero, can you please come down? Like he's gonna fucking pass out. And she was like, oh, okay. And she just jumped off into the house, not off the house, chat. She's not Spider-Man. Doesn't patch usually drop by this time, or is it the next hour? I don't remember. I thought it was an hour ago. That's why I went live, but apparently it's now. But it's great that I did, because it's been a super fun stream. You make it sound like he came back from the dead to break this door down. Yeah. My boy, man. Time flies, man. Damn it, bro. Brother Pips, your wife is gonna give me a heart attack. We need more peak a wife lore Pips. No, it's DST, so it's within 6-10 minutes. This sounds like he was a good lad. He was a great lad, dude. He was a very good guy. It's not an easy time at the end though, man. I remember like a few weeks before he passed, he visited me and we were just drinking coffee, and he was telling the stories like he had to go through some crazy surgery. Yeah. Anyway, that's life, bro. Cherish your loved ones and understand they're not there forever. You know, the craziest realization for me, I've told this story other times, but I want to say it again just to give you guys perspective on life, because I really do believe it matters. The craziest realization for me was where it was, you know, his funeral stuff, and we're there, like our very close friends group, like up to like 7 people, not more. Like I have a lot of friends, but I have like not so many brothers, you know. Somebody that I can call 7 a.m. in the morning and they'll just hang up and show up at my house. Those kind of people, you know, and those kind of people of us were standing there. Let's say, like, just for a number, let's say 7 of us. And when we're standing in a circle and we're talking about a friend, and at that moment it hit me that just a few months ago, it was 8 of us standing in the circle. And just a few years later, there would be 6. And then there would be 5. And then there would be 4. And I had never thought about it that way. That was because that's my first friend that I lost like that, you know? And then you realize one day the circle is gonna be there, but you're not gonna be in it. What up, Vance? You know? And if you think about it, I mean, it's life. I appreciate that, but you know, it's life. I understand that, and it is what it is. But at the same time, it's when that realization kind of hit me, that was kind of an eye opener for me. You know? Or maybe you will. That's the worst case, probably. Dude, I don't know. Like, I don't like when asked these questions, right? This is a very interesting question, and I would like to ask you guys this as well as we're waiting here. I was asked one time, if you were offered immortality, would you take it? And I said yes. And the reason I said yes, I'll break this down. A lot of people will say no because they don't want their loved ones to go away, obviously, and that's a very good point. But at the same time, if for you, death is not the end, then you might say yes. And for me, it's always been, and the reason I say yes is not because I want to live forever. I just really love life. I think that everything is so, like everything, if you understand to be grateful for the little things, you start living life, you know? And like, I've understood that sometimes when I go out, I swear to God, bro, like I swear on my kid's life, I go out, chat, sometimes to my favorite coffee place, and just by walking there and walking back home, seeing the blue sky and having the ability to take a sip of coffee, sometimes I get overwhelmed with the feeling of gratitude. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And you know why that is? I think I've seen I haven't seen the darkest of the darkest in life, but I've seen some darkness, and I've realized that nothing matters as long as your loved ones are healthy. And I think that is a skill. Like, even when I had, you know, some of the toughest times in my life, like everything, life does it to you. Everything will happen at the same time. I lost my house twice in a row. I was literally homeless. I couldn't go anywhere. I had to move into my grandma's house to literally have somewhere to live because I couldn't pay for it. My mom had cancer. I went through a divorce, and not in a good way. I'm not going to go into details because, you know, this also involves my kid. So I don't want to talk about my previous relationships on stream because I respect my kid and all that kind of stuff. All of these things were happening simultaneously. And I would always try to be like, all of this will fucking make sense in 2 or 3 years. So right now, I'm just going to be grateful for all the things that are going well. I swear to you, that was my look at life. And guess what? 2 years, 3 years passed. Everything makes sense. Hey, I love Jesus too. And I see you hopping in. I know maybe it's a bot, but just to know, I you know, and I'm proud of that. Mortality, transfer your consciousness into mechanical body. Give me butter and I'm happy, says Profi. That's the way to go. I would choose to live forever just so I could eventually do everything. I'd be an artist and illustrator in the lifetime and then try marine biology. That's what I mean. That's why I'm interested as well. Why would you want to work forever being immortal? It's not that I want to work forever, ever. When you understand that life is such a gift and you're not owed anything and you could have a way worse life in many different ways, you start being grateful for it and then you really start enjoying life. And I think that that's where it's at, right? Like, I think gratitude is what a lot of people are missing in life, and therefore they're not happy with a lot of shit. Being a peak Helldivers content creator in your prediction for your future self, says Cope. I appreciate that. And I never even thought, like, the fact that I covered Helldivers was a complete shout out to Onion Knight. I believe it was Onion Knight who told me, one of my really close friends that I met online a few years back. He's a great fucking dude, and he's visiting me in I think hopefully next summer. I cannot fucking wait. You know, to show him real brotherhood, chat. You know, Georgian way. You know, because I love him and his brother and his brother's family. And he was like, "Pip, you should try this game out." And I was like, "Yeah, Destiny 2's ass right now, so let me try it." I think it was Onion, and I tried it out. Pip's the immortal streamer. Speaking of peak Helldivers, yeah, we read that one. The waiting room became real talk with Pips. It's always like this in the waiting rooms. That's why I like to do these. And I feel like it, you know, this is the part of my job that I love. Shrooms once started to appreciate the fuck out of life, says Maurice. A lot of people have said that to me. Actually, a lot of people have said that, Maurice. That they've done like some kind of like, you know, stuff like that, and you know, they've had this experience. Has the Discord? Let's check. Not yet. Not yet. Thank you for the $5 donation, by the way, and for the memberships as well. Has the Discord been updated? No. Very true about Chop. So chat, cheers for being here. Appreciate you guys. About shrooms, yeah. Live forever to eat hachapuri. Hachapuri can get you fat, Gamorka. Stalker 2 Pips, will you play? I'm waiting for PoE 2 right now, guys. That's what I'm interested in. Just got here. What are we waiting on? Says Blake. What up, Blake? Good to have you in chat. We're waiting for an update, hopefully today. Dude, just in my lifetime, the internet was invented. Imagine what you'd see if you could live forever. That's what I'm interested in too, man. Of course. Yeah, exactly, dude. Salute. Looks like they got some delays, boys. Do we have any info yet? In my opinion, we're waiting for it, but won't drop today. I mean, if not, we had a great stream, right, Tommaso? Great conversations. We're gonna wait still, though. It has dropped 15-20 minutes late. Looks like they got some delays. Pips, I would love to be here, even you don't play games, and chat with us all day, says Kays. I appreciate that, and that is literally why we're working on that indoor kind of podcast. Hopefully I'll have it ready next year, chat, literally in a month, 2 months. But once again, the Helldivers experience ain't going nowhere, baby. Obviously, as long as Thick wants my ass on there, I'm on there, you know? Because that's what Thick does with that shit is fucking dope. Does streaming and YouTube allows you to live comfortably in Georgia, or yes? So I've been very open about this in general, because I think that like when there's a community of people, which is you guys, give you ability to do what you love and pretty much support you. I've been very open. That's why I'm so grateful for every dono, every membership, right? I do this full time. So we went, you know, I went and risked it. I was like, you know, whatever, let's do it. And yes, so we don't have to, we're at that, obviously, when you're working as a streamer and you're not like super big, it's always going to be ups and downs in terms of income. It's never like a super steady, right? But yes, to answer your question, yeah, we don't have to. I'm able to take care of my kid, my mom, my girl. That's all I care about. Dude, I'm one of those guys, like, I barely go out and buy anything for myself. Like, you can even ask my wife. You know, like, I don't I don't buy anything for myself unless it's stream related, and then unless I'm completely out. Like right now, no joke, this is my kid's t-shirt, and I'm so happy that he grew up now, because like I buy everything for him and then we share everything. So it's super fucking chill. It's like you know, what's it called? Buy one thing, but we're all good, you know? So we share that shit, and that's dope. Live forever and become an emperor of mankind like in Warhammer, says Imura. It's shit scary. I mean, it is scary. The way I did it. Rival with the 1999
donation.
Let's go, baby. Woo! I need to move the... Give me 1 second, chat. We're gonna do something here. Thank you so much for 1999.
Dog. Just makes sure Helldivers is a part of it.
Always, always, my guy, always. Let me move to PS5 real quick, chat. I want to copy the effects to our main. It's this one, I believe, and then we copy this, and now we go back to the PC. Boom. There we go. And then on PC, we're gonna have to move it. There we go. That will do. Thank you so much for the 1999, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very excited, man, for the new animations and everything that we're going to be adding to the stream. Like, just to make it a banger stream and the new cameras. I'm so fucking excited. You guys have no clue. Thank you so much, Rival, once again for the 1999. It is very scary, for sure. It is very scary, for sure. Like, to start up a new stream, a new career, like, especially like streaming. Confirmed 70-year-old streamer wears kids' clothing, says Buzz! Fibs, what do you think of Odo's recent criticisms? What is Odo's criticisms? I don't know what it is. It's good to hear, man. Happy for you. You've been putting in the work. Well deserved. Thank you, Prof. How are you? How are things in Georgia? I have been following the news with Russia and Ukraine. Aren't you worried to bleed to there too? Well, we've been through war so many times. At this point, I don't give a shit, Patrick. It is what it is, bro. I can't control it. Obviously, I don't want war. War is fucking horrible. And as a person who has seen it with my own eyes, trust me, nobody wants it, probably less than me. But that is something that I cannot control. So I hope there's going to be as much peace as possible. They just added Illuminate. Yeah. Lifetime, he's a streamer. In his previous lifetime, he was an actor starring in Friends. Yes. True. Odo just talks about AFK gaming, to be honest. To be fair, it's just anti-glazing at this point. Yeah, I don't even know what he says at this moment. I mean, there's some stuff that I've agreed with and a lot of stuff that I disagreed with. People in the Discord are saying that there are changes in Steam DB. Yeah. I don't think I have it downloaded right now. Oh, I have it on my kid's account. I don't even have it here, chat. We have it on his account. I would have to log in with his account, and I think he's playing right now. New update is dropping emote buff. Emotes will now add 1 XP when used in a mission. How was life during the Crusades, Pips? It's pretty chill. I've been having fun throwing out AT mines. Blake said Illuminate coming tomorrow. People in the Discord, I read that one. Hit to FK Gaming. Pips speaks from experience. I read that one as well. Odo is a jaded optimist. I think he cares, and so the disappointment has turned to resentment. I think you should just state your opinion without feelings. You know, like, obviously you can animate the feelings because we're all content creators and whatnot. But like, as long as I think that you're just stating what is true, you're fine. Hey, Pip, long time no see. Says Patrick, man. I have been very busy and not being able to follow your stream. How is Helldivers? I used to play with girlfriend and her sister, but it has got a bit boring. Yeah, definitely boring. But we're waiting for new content soon, hopefully. Clay Thickoven Pips Beer. My favorite Helldivers 2 content creator, says Chad. Appreciate that. Odo can have his opinions to crazy takes. The issue is that he doesn't allow for discussion. Odo is just frustrated, and I get why, says Red. I mean, listen, I've always said this. I'll say it again. Everybody has their right to have their fucking opinion. That is fine. Just don't touch other people and don't talk shit about other people and don't start drama. And then you're good. Like, that to me is like, if you're doing that, then, you know, it's whatever. But at that point, you're probably drama farming. But apart from that, you know, you can have good takes and bad takes. So that could be true for everyone. Said it earlier, I think losing friend to death is easier than losing them to betrayal. I lost so many that I consider to be my family due to lies and manipulation. Yeah, that sucks when you have a family or, you know, group of people around you like that. Just don't get mad when people talk shit back. Yeah, obviously. Like, if that has always been, like, people will ask me a lot of times. They will be like, Pip, why do you answer these comments that are mad? Because I enjoy it, number one. I think it's fun to talk shit back when they say dumb shit and to call them out. Like, I don't understand. A lot of these people, like the content creators, don't talk shit back in the comment section or in the stream. Like, why? If you bring respect, you'll get respect. If you're being a pussy, you'll get shit on. Like, it's very simple to me. Easy has quit Helldivers 2. Yeah, I wanted to take a look at his video today for sure. We will do that. I'm just waiting here. Tips go off will never not get old. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, just being me, I guess. Is Space Marine 2 getting kind of stale for you? Well, at this point, obviously, because I've upgraded everything. And I do play the game off stream. So I play Space Marines 2 way more off stream than I play Helldivers 2. I pretty much don't play Helldivers 2 off stream. Unless I'm making content. Space Marines 2 I still play. I can jump into a game or two of PvP, for example. Or just do solo runs when I'm chilling. You know? Come on, drop. He's a very good content creator, Farce. I think Helldivers would have remained popular if a lot of non-HD2 creators occasionally played it more. Non-HD. I think it would have remained interesting if, number one, the Sony shit never happened. And number two, if the content was good. Everything that they've added when it would be added into the game firsthand was ass. And it was always the case. War bonds would drop, garbage, fix. Warbond would drop, garbage, fix. Warbond would drop, horrible, fix. Big update, which wasn't a big update, but let's call it a big update. The escalation of dog shit. Horrible up, like... Top 3 worst updates of all time in any live service game. Top 3. I would say top 1 is Osiris for Destiny 2 was literally the worst. Like, that was the worst DLC I've ever played in a video game ever. The second one was also not that good, but at least we had something. Yeah, but those updates weren't even updates in terms of DLC, right? Like, they were just game updates based on balancing. You know what I mean? Like, actual content, the only actual content, well, in my opinion, was escalation. But the problem with that is, I would love to do that, Red, but once again, I'm trying to be honest here, and I'm sorry if I'm being a party pooper or anything, but I just can't play the game more than an hour. I off stream, I can't do that. Like, if I'm making content or I'm chilling with you guys and talking and playing, then maybe. But like, I get super quiet. I'm just disinterested, and then I don't want to ruin somebody's vibe. You know? Well, Gambit was a great update, right? That was different. But like, if we're talking the worst of the worst, Osiris and then Escalation for sure. Yeah, Escalation was... I don't know, like, I'm trying to remember a live service game that I've played that had a worse DLC. 3 good ones out of many. I just mean changes. Yeah. Like over 20 of this. Yeah, totally fine. At least you're being honest. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. This is the greatest game of all time. Everybody should play 24/7 because that's not it. You know, for me. What was the escalation about? Literally, just a new updated, new difficulty that was like very poorly balanced and horrible weapon balancing, and like just 1 or 2 new enemies, and what that were horribly fucking game designed as well. That was it. Yeah, escalation is the only new update, but it's still very small. Yeah, it's been 10 months almost, bro. Like, think about that. Appreciate that, Thupper. And thank you so much for becoming a member. What I like in Destiny 2 was this a season is perfect for stasis. I mean, then eventually it became much better when it comes to seasons. But that first DLC, dude. Holy shit. Like, what was that? I have not, Vance. Maybe we check it out as we're waiting. D4 DLC dropped the game in just a week because everyone is just spamming bugs to get higher damage. No fun at all. I agree. The game has had content though. When MO missions were dropping stratagems, streakers, then gun. Yep. But for me, that's not content. And I absolutely understand that for a lot of people that is. But for me, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't feel like MOs. This was just this, once again, I know that's not a popular opinion. MOs after we got rid of the automatons and they just straight up came back 2 days later with no repercussions whatsoever. After that, I haven't done a single MO. I'll never do it. I just don't give a shit. That was when I realized, oh, okay, so it doesn't matter what we do. It's just driven by them. Whatever they want, they'll push it wherever they want. I don't care about it. And I understand people enjoy it. Absolutely fucking fine. I just don't care about it. And like the stratagems, I mean, you can count it as new content, I guess, but it's more like I would call it just a new weapon. You know what I mean? Like, for me. But once again, dude, like, my bar is maybe a bit too high. I don't know. No, but it hasn't felt like a live service since. Yeah, I'm into I'm not even talking about regular MOs, like the ones with unique missions. I got you. Yeah. Did you watch the showcase for Osiris? It was super cringe. Yeah. 2 blues and a coin or something. I remember that. It was crazy. I have like 10,000 hours in Destiny, bro. 10,000 hours. I've done everything you can do in that game. I've completed day 1 raids. I've been top 100 in Robmol, top 500 in Osiris. I used to do free carries for people in PvP. I literally did everything. Your bar isn't too high, mate. You just remember the good old days. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Just the showcase. Yeah, we're at that one. I still won't forgive H for taking a dual mech loadout. Was the best way for mech divers. I mean, yeah. I guess they will have some reasoning behind that. I wonder why automatons only attack from the top of the map. Why are they not left to the side? I couldn't tell you. I haven't been able to play since the last update because it keeps crashing when entering missions. That's ass, dude. You for sure need to check out the trailer. It's a game made in Unreal and it looks incredible. The Neo Berlin trailer looks fantastic. We'll check them out because we pushed them from there. There's a reason why I still want to play a 20-year-old MMO every time they do a server reset, says Face. But that 100% has to do with nostalgia as well, I think, because I'm the same way about Aeon Online. But I realized that, like, when playing it, I realized that it's, you know what I mean? I think that also has to, in my case at least, it's also nostalgia because it is tied to very good memories. If Illuminate Aeon 2 is coming, I think they decided to do a mobile game out of it though, Face. I was so heartbroken about that. My only over 1K hour game is Final Fantasy 14. Good game. Got obsessed with it last year. It's a good game. If Illuminate don't drop before Monster Hunter Wilds, I think I may never touch Helldivers 2 again. It has to drop before that. Yeah, Face, yeah. They turned it into a mobile game, I believe. But yeah, I'm waiting. Currently, for me, it's all about Path of Exile 2. And we're gonna get it going. I think Monster Hunter comes in February. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure MH comes in February. Mechs are so fun and encourage team play. I agree that it would be totally fine to be able to take 2 of them. Yeah, obviously it would, and I don't think it's going to be overpowered or anything. I'm going to check out Stalker tomorrow, then PoE 2, Monster Hunter. I don't like how Helldivers 2 has things like player cards and I read titties, bro. Titles on the war bonds. Monster Hunter is out the 28th of February. Okay, there you go. I'm yeah, once I start PoE 2, if we get the community going and if we get the content going, obviously we're still going to be making content for Helldivers 2 and Space Marine 2, but we're going to try to, you know, stream and play the shit out of that game for sure. Make tons of content. Just communicate their content drops. It wouldn't be so bad. Are you talking about Arrowhead, Devin? But that also, there's a free Airburst today. Let's play. Okay, I know what I'm not playing today. What about Darktide? No. Okay, still no update. I'm gonna wait a little bit more. What about Darktide? I have purchased the game. I have downloaded the game. Speaking of chat, let me show you something real quick here. If you haven't yet, make sure to check out Instant Gaming, right? I'm gonna drop the link here in chat. Keep in mind, if you use that link, you're gonna get games with discounts. You're also gonna be helping your boy out. There's a bunch of games right now that you can get here at very good prices. Remember, Darktide is getting like a fresh release on console as well. So if you want to buy it on PC right now, it's only for 19 euros. I bought this myself because it's on a 68% discount. It's crazy. And it's like the best version of the game as well. Like it's the biggest expansion. Sorry, a deluxe edition, Imperial edition even. So it comes with everything and it's really, really good. Also, anything, let's talk, check out Stalker actually. I don't know, is it like Stalker 2? Yeah, there it is. I don't think this is a discount. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. Ultimate Edition. I don't think it's on a... Oh, so you will be notified. So make sure to check this one as well, because if this does drop with discounts, chat, the thing is it will go away really fast because people will probably want to pick it up immediately. So do keep that in mind. So if you're looking for games, check this website out. Use that link and go for it. Also, Helldivers 1 is always on a like crazy 86% discount right here. Space Marine 2 is also discounted if you're looking for it right now. So there's a bunch of games, man. Bunch of games. Even if you're looking for Black Ops as well. Let's check out trending, actually. What's trending here? Farming Simulator. You have Raven's Watch. A lot of people have been saying this is a pretty good game, actually. The Raven's Watch. And yeah, so, and gift cards as well. If you're looking for gift cards, right, go here and check it out. Obviously, you have PlayStation games right now. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is also on a discount, 20%. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, all that kind of shit, bro. Like, it's all here. So make sure to check it out. Use the link. That way you also help your boy out as well. As I said, I get 3% commission. And this is like a testing month for us to work with them. So if we get some sales going, the contract will continue as well. So any kind of support is very, very appreciated, but only if you're looking for new games and are trying to get your library more, you know, more enriched, so to speak. This is the website for you. Literally the size of the COD Modern Warfare 19. Are you talking about Stalker? Once again, boom, right here. I'm gonna drop the link. So if you're looking for new games, check them out, chat. Check them out. Especially now that they're hitting at making capes and player cards a superstore thing too. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that as well. Like, I don't... yeah. I just hope that not a lot changes in a bad way, you know? I really do. And I hope that we get some kind of... My problem with the game, like, is... I just want progression. Like, that's all I'm looking for right now, man. I really want progression, you know? But then again, like when you're a content creator, dude, it's different, right? Because you do get burned out. And especially like for me, when you're coming from a background of like very competitive PvP games, right? PvE games, especially that are like very easy, get boring pretty quickly. And if there's no like progression, you kind of struggle with it. I'm there now, burnt out, says Phase. Yeah, I think that if you are thinking about like, this is once again from my personal experience, I've made this mistake before and I know how this shit works. If you at least how it worked for me, if you have a community that is there to support you for a specific game and you try to move to another game, like me and Easy were talking about this off stream, to another game, straight up streaming, you're gonna get hit big time, like big time. So essentially you should probably assume a drop of viewership by 70 to 80%. Meaning if you had 100 and something viewers, you should probably assume that you'll get like 30, right? So the smart way to do it like is just pre-make content for the games that you're covering and not cold turkey anything. Always come back to the game that kind of built you up. As long as it's, you know, does decently and your streams are doing well, and then start streaming those new games more and more and more. Keep uploading the videos for the other games that you used to cover. From time to time, stream them as well. And then because you have pre-made content, you make a bunch of content for the new game, because you can't expect people to watch your stream when they don't know you exist, you know? But what happens when you unlock all the progression? There's always a limit or not. What game do you mean, Drago? GG's, bro. I'm out. Good night. Ramirez, have a good night. Will you try out Deep Rock Galactic sometime? No. I'm not going to play a game that is already out. If we move to other games and try other games, it's always, literally always going to be a game that just comes out. I'm not going to waste time on games that are out already. I'm not interested in that. Maybe we check it for like, and when I say I'm not interested, I mean in terms of content and actually covering it. Let me fix that. Type in easy Helldivers 2. Oh yeah, I understand what you mean. Now says red. What about Stalker 2? I would try Stalker 2, but the what's it called? PoE 2 is coming out, so I'd rather. What kind of game is Stalker 2? It's just is it like a single player shooter? That's it. If gun modification comes up, you would unlock it all. Yeah, it's old, so if I make content for that, it makes no sense, and it will never get views. Stan. Extraction shooter. Is it a PvE extraction shooter or a PvP? Open world survival. Is it like multiplayer, solo? What is it? Is it single player or multiplayer is what I want to know. Gotcha. Open world survival. Is it single player or multi? Exactly, Tommaso. Yeah. Single player. There will, yeah, I'm not interested in a single player game. If I'm making content, I will most likely almost never play a single player game for content. I could stream it, but making content, not interested in it. I want live service games. I find it much more enjoyable. Matthew, we're waiting for the patch notes, but it's been like 30 minutes after the normal time, so we're just gonna wait a little bit more, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. My bad, I thought it was an extraction shooter for sure. That Wild, it isn't. Yeah, that would be interesting to me if it was. That's why I'm gonna be trying Arc Raiders when it comes out for sure. We're 100% covering it because it's a PvP PvE game, and your boy's very good at PvP games, so we're definitely gonna be covering that game. Hopefully it has a ranking system and we get into the top 100 in the world or something, you know? That would be a great goal. Yes, our creators I will be playing. Space Marines is not live service. Well, it is, but it isn't, you know? It has live service because, you know, it's PvP is always there and they do updates and patches and stuff like that. New missions, obviously very slow, but it's still live service in a way. Just got back from work. What's happening? We're waiting, man. How was work? Our creators and also Delta Force to looter shooter extraction. Most of live service games are failure. Most are. That's true. I do think that our creators is going to be good, but I also think it's going to be good for people that are good at PvP. I mean, you can actually play it as PvE, right? But if you wanted to, that's up to you though. I think it's actually going to be a very good game, but we'll see. As we're waiting here, let's actually watch that video. I want to see that video. There it is. Let's take a look at it. I'd love to hear your thoughts as well.
On February.
Okay, let's take a look at this right here. Okay. So we're going to take a look at Easy's video, chat. Let me turn this off. So we're going to be taking a look at Easy's we're going to be taking a look at a video from Easy. By the way, if you guys haven't yet, make sure to go to his channel, drop a sub, show some love. I'm going to drop his channel. The link to his channel is going to be in the description. But the title is I Am Quitting Helldivers 2. And he, in my opinion, is a great content creator. He made absolutely amazing videos for the game. So let's check this out. Let's take a look at his thoughts about the game and figure out why he's quitting the game. Because at the end of the day, you know, I just want to hear the reasoning, right? As you guys can see, a huge portion of the viewers agrees with what he's saying. So I'm interested. Let's take a look at it together. Once again, don't forget to show some love. He's going to be probably making some awesome content for a new game. So that's always going to be good to watch.
February 8th of this year, a little game called Helldivers 2 came out. The first time I heard the iconic drop music, I knew I was in love. In fact, Helldivers 2 was so peak that after 2 months of playing, I decided to make a YouTube channel and start making content about the game. 7 months, 24 million views, and 460 hours later, and I don't feel the same way about this game anymore. I think I'm done with Helldivers 2. I have zero motivation to play this game, let alone make content for it. I've lost faith in Arrowhead, and if you're asking for my genuine opinion, I only see one direction for this game to go, and that's down. This video isn't just me acting all emotional about the garbage DSS update that they just put out, which I will talk about in a second here, but if I'm being honest, this has been months in the making, based on both my personal feelings about the game and the trends that Arrowhead has been displaying. I'm just tired of settling for mediocrity, which, if I'm being honest, is exactly...
Yeah, that has also been my take in a way. I've said this many times. I feel like that in general, nowadays games come out and the bar is pretty low, you know? And the burnout, especially as a content creator, can be real. I think that if you're trying to move to another game, though, or just create it in, like, create content for something else in general, I feel like... If for me personally, the experience has been that I don't want to like fully switch right away, right? I still want to make content for the games, and that is going to be the case for me. If there's a new game that comes out and that we enjoy a lot as a community, I will definitely move to it, but I'll still be making content for Helldivers 2 as well, right?
Actually, what this game's post-launch support has been, mediocre. But I know that's a bit of a hot take because there are some people out there that somehow think that Arrowhead can do no wrong, and that is why I want to emphasize.
I don't think it's a hot take. Like, I don't think there's many people who will say that the game has consistently gotten S tier updates. You know what I mean? Is the game fun? Absolutely. But have the updates been top tier? No. Let's just be honest. I love the game, but honesty matters. And if we're being honest, the DLCs or the expansion or whatever you want to call it was definitely not top tier. And most of the updates that they've done, they needed to fix later for a few months. Like, even if you take a look at the 60-day plan, right? Like, they made a bunch of mistakes, and then we were sitting here waiting for them to fix those mistakes, right?
That this video is just my feelings and my opinions about the game. I don't think this is a bad game by any means, not even close. But it's just that It's not for me anymore. And sure, I could totally sit here and keep making Helldivers 2 content. That'd be the easy thing to do, because the views are good, so why risk what I've built to try something new? Well, as someone who does YouTube for fun, I just can't in good faith put out content about a game that I don't believe in. Again, I really want to emphasize, I don't think the game is dead or that it sucks, but it's just time for me to move on, and these are the reasons why.
I mean,
I
that's a good
highly
point.
encourage you watch till the end to get the full scope of what I'm talking about, and I'm going to attempt to keep this short and sweet for you.
Live service and content.
Let's just
okay.
look back at Helldivers in February versus what we have now. Is the game actually much different? No. Well, other than the fact that 177 countries are still banned from playing.
That's
Okay,
so
real talk,
bad.
for a live service game, I think Helldivers 2 gets an abysmal amount of content. If you had to guess how many
I agree.
stratagems have been added to the game since launch, what would you say? I'll give you a second to think.
Okay, chat, let's guess. How many stratagems do you guys think, chat, was added to the game since launch? Go. I'm gonna give you like a few more seconds because I wanna hear your opinion as well. I'm gonna let this go.
All right, you got your answer? It's 10, with 2 of those being locked behind a paywall. So that's 8 free stratagems
Well,
in
you
9
guys
months,
watched the
which is
video.
pretty weak if you ask me, especially when you consider that most of them release in god-awful states, and some of them are still in that terrible state to this day. Of course, they add more stuff than just stratagems. There have also been enemy additions, but it doesn't get much better there either, in my opinion.
No.
We've had
Yeah, I want to listen to this and then I'll tell you my opinion.
total of 8 new enemies in this game since launch, 4 for each faction, but I'm gonna be honest, half of these are literally just variants or reskins. The
Yeah,
Alpha
true.
Commander, Scout Strider, Spore Charger, and Barrager Tank are all versions of something that already exist in the game. They're
Very
basically
true.
just reskins with a gimmick. And this is actually the other issue that this game has with content, in that when it does get new content, it usually falls flat on its face. The Escalation of Freedom update was touted as the first of many major updates for this game, and, well, we all know how that went. Another good example is what
Horrible.
literally just happened with the DSS. This thing was a product of 2 months of major orders and 5+ months of development. However, what we have is not much more than a glorified menu that you can dump your resources into. I don't want to spend too much of this video on just the DSS, but I have to talk about this because it's so garbage. This thing is just a space station that players can vote to move around the galaxy for
God.
planet-wide buffs. In theory, it sounds super cool,
Why?
and even I was extremely hyped for this thing.
No, dude. Why?
Leakers and
dude?
content creators were telling us that this thing could be the introduction of the clan station,
This was a problem.
or that
100%.
it would come with special stratagems and buffs that Helldivers could bring into missions, but its current iteration is just a shell of what people expected. Honestly, calling it a shell is being generous.
I mean, let's be honest, right? I don't know. Like, as I said, like my bar, when it comes to expectations, I always try to keep it low, right? You know what I mean? Like, I try to keep it low. Like, in general, I want more from them, but I've gotten used to the fact that we never get that, what we're, supposed to get, and it's supposed to be good. So my bar is pretty low when it comes to the expectations when these updates are dropping, but the DSS still surprised me. It's like...
The DSS can activate 3 different planet-wide buffs, all of which are already in the game in some form or another. We don't get any new stratagems, we don't get any new buffs, we don't get any special abilities, nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, and the funniest part is that the current planet-wide buffs aren't even helpful to players, because the orbital bombardment...
And that's what's crazy, right? Like when you've been making something for so many months and then you put it into the game and there's nothing new that comes with it is crazy. Let's just be honest. It's kind of insane, man.
randomly shoots missiles around the entire map with no indicator as to where they're going to land, meaning it just ends up doing more damage to your team than it does to your enemy. So the DSS is basically exactly like those environmental modifiers, except this time we can choose to activate them ourselves. So do you see what I mean?
Somebody in chat says, to be honest, Farzi in chat says, to be honest, Arrowhead never said that we're going to get this or that with DSS. The leakers and content creators made people think that. That's what Arrowhead wants you to think. And even though that is true, Arrowhead did not come out and say that that was not the case. And if the argument is going to be like somebody out the other day in my comment section said, well, what do you want them to come out and, you know, talk about every leak? Every leak? No. About something that has been built up for 3, 4, 5 months, right? Everybody has been talking about DSS and you actually see the hype building up. And if you know, like, even if you take into consideration like the clans and platoons and everything that was talked about, and then the other day in Discord, they say, no, there was never any clans and platoons in the work. I mean, just come out and say it, because what happens is you create false expectations. Well, you don't create it, but it's being created, and then you don't put out the truth out there, and then the crash is way, way more severe. Instead of like you just come out and say, oh, you know, no guys, don't expect this. There's some other stuff coming, but it's not that. You know what I mean?
No matter if you love this game or not, I think anyone can acknowledge that there is objectively a lack of new content in this game, especially when compared to any other live service on the market. And even when there is new content, it usually shits the bed and then ends up delaying future content because Arrowhead has to sit down and work on fixing it for an entire month. People want more than just armor and weapons every couple of months.
Bro. What happens is the companies have realized that balancing can be used as content, and they're abusing the shit out of that. So at this point, I'm starting to think, you know, are they making this content like this on purpose to then just, you know, oh, now we got to fix it. We need 60 days. And now we're waiting for 60 days, and then they fixed it and everybody goes, yay, new content. But it's not new content. It's just fixing their mistakes. You know what I mean?
Something that is going to shake the core gameplay up, something that gives us options when choosing what to do. Because right now, it's just the same missions over and over and over again, and I can't understand how people are grinding this game day in and day out. It's insane to me. Maybe my attention span is just cooked by TikTok or something, but I do not have the patience to sit through a full Helldivers match currently.
I'm the exact same way.
It's so repetitive at this point, I can't do it.
I'm the exact same way. Jesus, you too. Replayability and progression. Oh, here we go.
In my opinion, there are two main reasons a live service game, PvE, PvP, or whatever it may be, can keep players coming back. One being that the developer consistently updates the game with new content. Pretty simple, they just keep content coming so that players don't get bored and things don't become repetitive.
True.
Or two, they have deep late game progression systems that keep people playing despite repetitive gameplay. So basically, something to grind, something to work towards while slowly unlocking new abilities or weapons or skins or whatever. Most successful live service games end up doing both, but you need at least one to keep people playing and, more importantly, spending money. We already know that Helldivers doesn't do the first because we get fuck all when it comes to content.
Well, yeah,
the issue is they also
true.
don't do the second thing because there is zero late game progression in this game, and I am not exaggerating, I mean that literally. There is nothing in this game that keeps things interesting for people after the first 25 levels. There isn't much that needs to be said here. The point kinda speaks for itself. It has nothing in terms of late game progression. There is literally nothing to do, nothing to work toward. You are just playing the same missions over and over and over again because the gameplay is good, I guess? If I haven't lost you yet, this might be what I lose some people.
The gameplay is pretty good, right? But it's good in terms of actual, like, just the fun part of it. Like, if you break it down, like, mechanically and compare it to some of the more advanced, high-quality games, obviously it's not as good, in my opinion. But it has its own unique feel to it, and that is precisely what makes this game so good, right? That's what it puts it apart from other games, and that's what keeps it going. That said, when it comes to end game progression, especially when you're a content creator, not having the ability to, you know, get invested into that end game progression, that always creates an issue, right? Because there's nothing fresh, there's nothing new. You can't make anything cool or fun. You just are stuck with whatever it is in the first 25 levels, as he said.
But while the gameplay is good, it's not that good. It's not so amazing that I can keep playing the same thing over and over while seeing no progression for months on end. So combining the fact that the current direction of content updates aren't enough and that there is no late game progression at all means that this game has a serious problem with player retention. Hot take here, I don't think it was the balancing changes that saw this game lose massive numbers. I know my own personal experiences don't speak for everyone, but my friends never had a problem with the balancing. They just left before they could even realize there was a problem because they got bored with the repetitive nature of the game. Even in the—
Yes, that's true, but balancing was definitely an issue. Like, balancing was a huge issue. And in order to kind of, you just have to look at the numbers, because after the balancing happened, the player base went up. That's just how it was, right? I don't think we can argue that. Now, was it boring before that? I'm sure for a lot of people, or for some people at least, it was, and then they left. That's a normal procedure no matter what game you look at. It's going to have high numbers. Then with time, people are going to get bored. There's not much new content. They're going to bounce. But obviously, the Sony thing was a huge issue. And on top of the balancing being bad, really didn't make it, you know, much better. Because as soon as that 60-day plan was over, we saw a crazy resurgence in player base. It pretty much doubled or tripled. Like daily numbers doubled or tripled. And that speaks for itself.
The media, I noticed this. Sure, some outlets and major creators were discussing the balancing problem, but for the most part, I just kind of stopped seeing Helldivers discussion in the mainstream media. The Google Trends graph also supports this, showing that since the game peaked during its launch in February, most people just stopped talking about it.
Because there was nothing to talk about. And this is what I've been saying as well. Like if you're peaking right here and then there's nothing exciting happening, you're obviously gonna keep going down. This happens in everything. It's not just Helldivers 2 or gaming. That's why in order to go to that next level and have that really good future and successful future for your game, you need to be on top of the game, which means that you need to be creating something innovative, something fun, something that you're passionate about. And every aspect of that needs to be filled with imagination and love towards the game. And nothing like that has happened. Nothing. Like, what was it? Like the escalation of freedom, which was not good to say the least. In my opinion, as I said, top 3 worst expansions of all time that I've played in like live service games. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like it was bad. It was pretty bad. It was really badly balanced. The enemies were badly balanced. There wasn't much at all. They said there was gonna be great rewards, and all we got was like, after completing like some of the craziest tasks on the highest difficulty, you got like just a few materials, you know, like it was very poorly balanced.
It wasn't that they were protesting the balancing changes. No, they just stopped caring about the game. So yeah, that's all to say that I truly believe that this game has a serious problem with player retention, and after playing this game for 460 hours myself, I am really feeling that problem. Putting on my tinfoil hat here for a second, I genuinely think that Arrowhead believed the Galactic War would be enough in terms of progression and player retention. Sadly, that just doesn't work because most people by this point know that the Galactic War is basically just a gimmick that Arrowhead controls. And sure, it's fun to roleplay and pretend that we're making some massive difference, but the truth is that things only happen in the war because Arrowhead wants them to happen. Galactic War aside,
I kind of agree with that. Like, as I said, like when we had that first battle with the automatons, right? And it was going crazy, like when the game launched and we kind of pushed away the automatons and they were out of the game for a few days, right? Looking back at that, like we're so excited. It was so much fun. It was like peak Helldivers, bro. Like it was literally peak. And then I woke up one day and just randomly they were just there. And after that, I was like, well, like, why is there nothing that happened? Why are they just back? There should have been something way more impressive at the end of that. We should have probably gotten a crazy cutscene, first of all, where they showed some battles and whatever. And then we should have gotten like crazy amounts of new stuff. Like, boom, you guys push these guys out. Boom, here's stratagems, right? You know what I mean? Like weapons, armor, boom, 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 from like every corner. And you're getting bombarded with like new content. And then you're like, oh shit, they're back, but it's fine because now we have new tools and new toys to play with against them, right? At that point, it just felt like, oh, we pushed them out there, then they're back. You know what I mean?
the easiest way to say it is that I'm bored. I'm just bored of this game. It's as simple as that. And it's not burnout. I haven't played in over a month, and I still have zero interest in playing. When I did get on to film one mission for the DSS, the gameplay was still as mind-numbing and as boring as it was a month ago. I wouldn't have gotten to this point if they had any sort of late-game progression, and in my humble opinion, this is one of the biggest issues plaguing this game, because like I said, no matter how good gameplay is, it can only keep people for so long, and this game is suffering from the effects of that.
Those fake ads really drive you mad, huh? The game looks so fun in the ads, but when you download
what's the argument in
it's
chat?
a totally different game. That's crazy, right?
What's the argument in chat?
today-
I want to hear it, chat. I want to hear it. Well, what is the argument? To be honest, got zero proof. Bro said he got the realest opinion in the room. Listen to him. Is stuck playing catch up with content now. What was the argument? I want to know, bro. I want to be a part of it, bro. About 400K people. They're talking about Helldivers and ads. Helldivers 3 still has issues. I'm not saying it's perfect, but they've got a great base going on right now. I would agree. I don't think that's a bad take. I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect, but they've got a great... They do have a... I wouldn't say great. I wouldn't say great base. I would say an okay base. But The problem is they're not going to build on it. That's just my opinion. Maybe in 2 years, this game could be better, and maybe a 1 year. 1 year. I would give it 1 year. It's almost 8 a.m. here. I'm going to bed. Be well. Greetings. Hey, Jared, you take care. Get some beauty sleep. Wake up sexier than you've ever been, Jared. Let's go. It's good, bad, but they put in the work to revive the live. No. They're doing a horrible job at live service. Like, it's probably the worst I've seen. One of the worst I've seen. Yes, they need to pull up a Dark Tide. Correct. It is a limited. Listen, he has more. Don't go crazy about each other's opinions. It is what it is. We need more content. That's 100% evident. See there, Vance has a great take as well. In 2 years, there would be a tree on top of the grave if they continue in this path. Yeah, obviously, dude, obviously. Yeah. Be respectful, chat. This is a fucking mature community. Don't insult each other. Just have a conversation. And remember, in this community, we agree to disagree. Mura Consumo Vance. Hey, bro, if he enjoys the game, he enjoys the game. There's nothing wrong with it. Nah, bro, I don't blindly defend them. I literally hated everything. Yeah, because that's what I was saying. Like, I remember Vance shitting on the game when it was needed. So nothing about that update was good. But I mean, the ground layer of the game isn't bad though, chat. It's pretty decent. If they build upon it, yeah. Will they ever? Will they? Well, they will release Helldivers 3 if this flops. Probably. I don't think this will flop though. I still think it has a pretty legit lifespan. Was Helldivers 2 was not don't when it released. I don't know what that means. I've knew this since the launch, and people should have patience and revisit Helldivers 2. No. I don't. No. Don't tell me to be patient about a video game that gets launched like ass. That's not my job to be patient. You don't go to a... Okay, so if you went to a bicycle store and you bought a bicycle and your bicycle was trash, and then the seller told you, yo, bro, yo, Farsi, man, you got to be patient. Come back in 2 years, bro. What would you say? Easy question, huh? Perspective. Okay, number 3, Arrowhead. Let's go.
Like I said in the beginning of this video, I just don't have faith in Arrowhead anymore to turn the ship around. Every time they finally do something right or have a good update, almost instantly they turn around and fumble the bag immediately after. For example, in June, we got an actual good patch, which fixed some of the bugs, changed some of the bouncing around, then a month later, they came out with Escalation of Freedom, which completely nuked all the work they just did. Then after that, we got the 60-day patch, which was pretty good, and now, around 2 months later, we've got the flop DSS update. Mind you, in between that are micro patches with a seeming...
tells me that within the dev team, there's some kind of inconsistency, meaning there's probably a part of the team that wants the game this way, and then there's part of a team that wants the game the other way. And, they get to take turns, probably. This is how it feels like at this point. Oh, okay, you guys do this one. Okay, we're going to do this. Oh, now you guys do this, right? It's a good, bad. Because think about it like a little bit more deeply. This is more of like a vision issue than it is anything else. Because if the vision was aligned with the vision of the community, I don't think none of this would be happening. I truly believe that. I think it's a vision issue, not just the ability to do something on a technical level. You know what I mean?
Seemingly never-ending list of known issues and bugs that they kind of never put a dent in. I mean, can you remember how long it took for them to fix the spear? I'm still not over that. The weapon literally didn't function for the first 5 months of the game's existence, and they finally fixed it, but 5 months is 5 months too long. A literal game-breaking bug like that should be fixed in 2 weeks max. The fact that it took 5 months is unforgivable in itself, but it's not just the spear. This was the case with so many other bugs and weapons, and it seems like every time they fix something, they turn around and break it again within a week. Remember when they ruined fire damage, then a week later they unironically made it worse by accident? That's some shit you see in cartoons. I cannot believe that some of this stuff happens. It just blows my mind. Arrowhead just can't keep a streak of good updates, and it makes it so hard to trust them to do the right thing, especially when new content is always half-baked, and this isn't a new thing for Arrowhead. Don't forget, they have been this way since 2011's Magicka, a game that was beloved by...
A lot of people are saying this when it comes to Arrowhead's history. A lot of them.
small community and doesn't even work anymore. They quite literally nerfed and patched Magicka out of existence, which is exactly what they tried to do with Helldivers. In my opinion, there just has to be deep-rooted systemic issues with the leadership or overall mentality at Arrowhead. That is the only way to explain it, because if you just take 2 seconds to critically think about some of the mistakes they make, it makes absolutely no sense. Like with the DSS, I just don't understand how the current implementation of the orbital bombardment got past a single game of testing. I played 1 match of this just to...
Yeah, that's what I said as well. A lot of people were like, you know what? Are you guys even testing the game? My thought process was, this doesn't even need testing. Like, this idea of the whole DSS right at the beginning, whenever it came up, should have not gone through. You don't need to test for this. You need to understand. That's why I keep saying I think it's a vision difference, right? They envision their game in a different way. Community sees it in a different way, and I think they're just very committed to their own vision. Because imagine, like, if it was your office, your company, and you sit down, because you got to understand, this is months of brainstorming, bro. Like, this didn't just happen within 2 weeks. This has been in the works for months. So it probably most likely is a vision issue when it comes to everything, right? And that's what's crazy. This should have not been tested at all. There's no need to test this because the idea is flawed at the beginning.
To get footage and was instantly like, yeah, this is not gonna work. The fact that they didn't think to add an indicator to tell you where the bombs would land or anything to make this more intuitive is just absurd to me. It makes no sense.
Content creation. Okay, let's see.
I think the current state of Helldivers 2 content creation is absolute garbage. There's no creativity, there's no will to try anything different, and everyone basically does the same thing. You can very clearly tell that a ton of creators are burnt out and done with this game, but the bigger issue is that, again, there's no creativity in anything anyone's doing. 95% of videos can fall into 3 categories, 1 being tier list, loadout, or meta videos, 2 being daily news updates where they...
The first one would be me. Like, I'm not doing as much tier list at the moment. Loadouts, yes, because I still enjoy making loadouts, I guess, just to check them out and trying to search for different combinations and then showcase them to you guys. Daily news updates, that's not me. I can't be bothered.
Drag a single topic on for 15 minutes, or 3 being reactions/testing of new updates. I'm obviously not talking about every Helldiver.
Oh, I thought he was talking video reactions. I was like, easy, I'm doing that right now. But he's talking about like testing. That's the part that I enjoy. I enjoy like when there's something new, streaming and testing everything live. So keep that in mind. If there's ever new content, war bonds, illuminates, whatever it is, we're going to be testing every single change live on stream. That's always fun to me.
Creator, because you know there are good ones out there, but in general the scene is just so dry at this point that the biggest creators are the ones that make absolute slop, where they sit there and take a Discord message from the devs and talk about it with gameplay slapped behind it. And I'm not even trying to call these people out. I don't blame the creators that do this, because when there is little to no content coming out from Helldivers 2 in the first place, what the hell are we supposed to make? It's just sad because all creativity is just gone. You look at creators for other games and you find a ton of creativity, a ton of passion for what they're doing. Then you look at Helldivers and most of the thumbnails and titles look the exact same. Even the content of most videos is just some faceless dude that plays on difficulty 7 talking about leaks and clickbaiting people into believing Arrowhead has some game-changing content coming up. Again, I'm not talking about everyone because there are creators out there that make great and creative Helldivers content. You know who I'm talking about. But at this point, they're few and far between because people are just done with this game. And you can just tell by looking around.
Obviously, by the way, for all the people that don't know, Easy's talking about me when he says great content creators, right? Like, trust me, right? He knows I'm like super humble and, you know, shy. So he's not putting the name out there. But just so you guys know, I just got a message from Easy. Pip, I'm obviously talking about you. I knew that you would be super shy, so I didn't put your name in the video. But trust me when I tell you, you are the one and only. Thank you so much, Easy. I appreciate that. Just got that message in Discord. I'm not going to show it just in case. You know what I mean, chat? But let's keep going.
But yeah, all of that is just to say that I don't want to be a part of this anymore because I have no passion or motivation to make anything creative related to the game, and Arrowhead makes it extremely hard to make anything creative because there's just nothing coming out that's new from that game. It's all the same old stuff.
I'm bored. 5, let's go.
The main reason I'm leaving, though, is me. I'm just bored with this game. I'm bored with making content about it, and even if you disagree with all
because he makes good content, you know, he really does, and he's a chill dude. He has very honest takes as well.
My opinions in this video, I know there's one thing everyone can agree on. We all know when it's time to move on with something in life. And for me, now is that time. I really want to emphasize again that I don't think this game is bad, and I totally get why people still play it. It's just my personal opinion that I don't see a future that I like with this game, and when it comes to me and my little journey here on YouTube, it's time for me to get back to doing what I love, which is putting my heart and soul into content, which I quite honestly haven't been able to do for you lately and won't be able to do if I'm still playing Helldivers. I'm always gonna love Helldivers for the community it allowed me to build. I'm not even joking, my journey here with all of you has been one of the greatest and most memorable things I've been able to do in my life. I'm so lucky that I even gained 50 subscribers, let alone 27,000.
27,000,
I'm forever grateful
easy.
for what this game has done for me and for the friends I've met through it, but I don't want to get to a point where I keep growing and it becomes impossible to quit, and my life becomes dependent on a game that I don't even enjoy anymore. That being said, of course, I'm not done. Nowhere close to being done. If you're only here for Helldivers content, I totally get that. Feel free to unsubscribe, I won't have any hard feelings, and maybe we'll meet sometime again in the future. But I have some really exciting stuff planned for this channel. Spoiler alert, if you enjoyed my Helldivers 2 challenge videos, I think you're really going to enjoy the future of this channel. Videos are going to take a little longer than it used to take because, again, I want to put everything I have into my new content, and the stuff I'm working on right now, I'm having a blast making. So if you just like video games in general, stay tuned. I've got some really fun stuff coming up. Lastly, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has joined me on this journey and supported me along the way. I am so grateful to you guys.
Once again, easy. The link to his channel is going to be in the description. Show some love. Trust me, no matter what game this guy covers, the content is going to be next level. So make sure to show some love, okay?
I hope you'll stick around. And until next time, I hope to see you in the next one.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like what is there to disagree on? I think a lot of the points that were made was really good. I'm not going to lie. You know? What is there to disagree on? A lot of good points. A lot of good points. A lot of good points made in the video. A lot of things that I agree with, obviously. It sucks that he's leaving the community, though, because he makes pretty good content. But you never know. You know, maybe they drop something crazy and easy passion comes back for the game, right? And then we get to play. We get to play. And so we see him destroying some Illuminates in the future. You never know. Hopefully that happens. You know, I've seen people kind of move away from the game, like completely move away from a game and then come back because the game has been, you know, changed in many ways or interesting in many ways. Hopefully that is the case, and hopefully the Illuminates or like hopefully Helldivers 2 gets to that point where it brings all of these players, content creators, or like normal players, it doesn't matter, whoever it is, I hope it gets to the point that it starts pulling all of these people back in, you know? That's what I hope. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Chat, is there fucking nothing? So what was that whole interview about then? Like saying there was going to be a new update this week for DSS. I don't get it. I'll check out his message after. Whoa. What is that about? Ervin disagreed with him on Galactic War and other things. I mean, that's fine. I agree with him about Galactic War. I think Galactic War is ass. There's literally no reason to do any MO because it can be changed at any point. Why would you? If it doesn't matter what you do and the MO can be steered in any way by the creator at any time, what's the point in doing the MO? Yeah, well, today is usually their update day, Isaac. It's Tuesday. And it drops on Tuesdays, and then Thursdays are Warbond days, but we don't have any Warbonds, so it was supposed to drop. If there was something gonna drop, it was supposed to drop now. Twinbeard also said no update pretty much 12 hours ago. Oh yeah, we should have 100% lost the previous MO. That's what I'm saying. Why did we win that MO? Oh, because the Galactic War and MOs are very important, and if you don't play... Well, I didn't play. You guys still won. Give them a few years to fully done, but I understand people are frustrated and want everything now. It is what it is. Well, it shouldn't be like that. Yeah, what you're saying is most likely true. But the argument is it shouldn't be like that. That shouldn't be considered normal. That's being normalized, and that's the problem. They can literally make us lose or win whenever they want. Exactly. So why the fuck would I care? I really, this is a genuine question. Like, why would I care? People played, I don't want to sound like an asshole, right? People played 2 or 3 months for DSS. If I had played every MO hours every day for this garbage, I have 3 monitors right now. I would not have none. I would have 0. I would literally elbow myself in the dick multiple times a day if that had happened to me. 3 months of my time and I get bombardment from the air. I'm good, bro. I am so happy that I was not involved. Holy shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good, bro. Thank you. Finally been getting around to making videos of footage from the beginning of the game. Very interesting to see if it evolved over time. That's cool. I donated shit to this DSS. LMAO says more. Why people accept mediocre content from games, and I mean from every game? Because it's the new standard. Wasn't even 3 months, just month and 10 days. Oh, that makes it better. Yeah, you're right. The way it's a race to take over a planet, we can... Actually, that's not true. How long has the DSS started, chat? Exactly. Since like the whole talks about the DSS and everything. I'm not saying that I want my games to be like that. I'm just saying what I've been seeing games do. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying it. That sucks that it's that way. Bro, Arrowhead testers are literally lazy. I don't think they have testers. Or if they do, they most likely play on like difficulty 4 or 5. File that was happened with the DSS is no power-ups that says hold the attack. They want us to win. Arrowhead doesn't have testers. We are the testers. I meant I ain't donating. Yeah, me too. I'm not donating anything to that shit. There's no fucking... No. Oh my god, here's Joe Biden comparing Helldivers to Monster Hunter. Bro, transfer the power over to Trump already and retire. I mean, don't forget Joe Biden was the last vote that won. He voted for Trump, bro. Maybe having armory chat testers. I won't donate to DSS either. Joe, don't do this, man, says Curry. If Helldivers had a live test server, we could be playing beta testing. I don't know, man. I don't know. I donated and voted the first day. After that, I don't give a shit, says Farsi. After that, I pretty much decoded to go my own way and play where I feel I'll enjoy more. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not donating to DSS either. My stuff is better off gathering dust than the peak black hole material. I agree. I can imagine we bought $40 alpha test. That's what Helldivers 2 feels like. A lot of the times it does, Rev. Yeah, unfortunately. New MO, deploy dark fluid on the DSS. It's better off gathering. Wait, is there a new MO for real, or are we joking? Is there a new MO in the game that I'm not gonna do? And this cooldown is kind of crazy, bro. Why does it have such a long cooldown? Holy shit, the cooldown is insane. It is legitimately insane, the cooldown, dude. Do the test on purpose because they joke that way test the sign things. Massive game-changing update seems impossible for this game. Arrowhead can't time the engine, whatever, everything is released. People will stupidly follow where the DSS goes, even when not active. Well, I honestly don't even know where it's at right now. I quite frankly don't care. Would be an instant banger update for Helldivers 2, a planet with both Terminates and automatons fighting each other and while fighting gas. That's a cool idea. The cooldown is so dumb. On the bright side, it takes 7 days without the stupid barrage. Yeah, perspective, I guess. They released the DSS update, but it's on cooldown for the week. How? Like, imagine any other game. You get an update to the game for 1 day, and then you can't play the update for a week. That is essentially what fucking happened, bro. That is literally what happened. They put something new into the game, and then you can't play it for a week. That's crazy. That's actually crazy though. Like if you really think about it. The fact that nobody went, guys, this is new content. Maybe we should just let him play. I like how this new MO wants us to use the DSS and all of its features are on cooldown. What is the new MO? I don't know what it is. What is the new MO? After I saw that we won the last MO, I just lost all will to play anymore. We're supposed to lose that shit, man. It makes me wish I played something else in the last 3 months. That's exactly what I'm saying about MOs. I don't understand what there is to disagree. I know that Aravan, for example, disagrees. Once again, it's absolutely fine. But I'm trying to understand. Oh, you know, and I don't get why I would want to play MOs. I need to talk to Aravan about that. Like what? But once again, like if you're really role playing into it and shit, I can see how it's fun. I can see that part. Like it's just not for me, right? I got flamed, but my disappointment with the DSS was honest. I mean, was there anybody happy with the DSS? I don't think there was anybody happy with the DSS. I have to run. Love the chill stream today. Keep it up. The good work and keep the content coming. Have a good day, brother. Says Farsi. You have a phenomenal day. And thank you so much for showing up, brother. Interactive resource donation window should not be called a game-changing feature. Are calling Aravan and our peer. What is an our peer? No, I think Aravan is, in my opinion, one of the best content creators in the game when it comes to Helldivers 2. His quality is good. The videos are good, and you can look at the views. You can see that people enjoy his content. Obviously, we can disagree about some stuff. That doesn't mean I don't like his content, right? And stuff like that. There was some takes he had about, like, for example, Space Marines 2 that I don't agree with. I don't think those were good takes. That doesn't mean he's bad at it. As I said, I think when it comes to Helldivers 2, he's definitely one of the most knowledgeable and good content creators out there. And also, just because he likes something that I don't like doesn't make him a glazer as well. I don't think necessarily that can be considered. Like, a lot of people say that, but I don't believe that. Because in that case, you can say the same thing about me, Thick, Clay, everyone. Because we all like something that other people might not like. So yeah, I do like his content, of course. But then again, like it's one of those things. Like I make completely different kind of content. He makes different kind of content, right? And I think it's a fact that he loves the game more than I do. And I've never been like, I've never tried to hide that. I just don't think that this game is at a good point right now. Apart from the balance, I think the balance is good. But in terms of content, I just don't think the content's good right now. You know what I mean? When we didn't get the mines because they kept putting it in MO. Yeah, dumb. Typical toxic relationship, Joe. If Arrowhead were a girl you were dating, would you see any red flags? Oh yeah, a lot of them. I love red flags. I treat them like checkpoints. We need a game mode where enemies board DSS and we must protect it from the inside. I mean, that would be cool. But in general, guys, like when you're looking at content creators, right? Don't be like, oh, because Pip says this and Thick says that, they don't like each other. That's just not true. Because the truth is, we can disagree. Like me and Thick also disagree about some stuff, but Thick is a brother, bro. He's such a good fucking dude. Just because like I might disagree with something with Thick or Clay or Aravan doesn't mean that I'm gonna sit here and talk shit. Like what the fuck is that all about? You know what I mean? Like, no. If there is something that I want to talk shit, I'll message him personally. And I'll tell him, you said this and that was fucked up and I think this and this and this. That's how I look at it. I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about another content creator on stream. I don't like doing that. Every content creator sucks. I only get my information from Reddit. True. Clay Doe? I don't know what that means. As a protest, I think the DSS should remain unsupplied with SAMPs and slips. Yeah, like me and Clay were chatting about some stuff about SM2 and we're discussing it. And obviously there might be some things that we disagree, but that's normal, dude. Like two humans talking about a subject. What up, Hadouken? I saw your message in Discord, but I don't want to open it here. And that's a normal process. Everybody gets so butthurt about people's opinions. It's like, what the fuck? It's normal, bro. Like, just let people have their fucking opinions. Rival, thank you once again for the 19.99. You know what I mean? Like why are we doing that? Arrowhead should just hire modders to content for the game. Modders can do better things than EA devs ever could. Yeah, I don't know much about that, so I can tell you. Just means our opinions hold weight and they want us to fight. True. Yeah. Well, a lot of people also do that, bro. You think I don't notice that? I've been streaming for some time now. Like people jump into I've literally seen it live because I've caught some people do that, and then I have the other stream to check it when we stream at the same time, and they'll take something that I said, change it, and then I'll see them in the other person's chat, and I know the names as well of who does that. But you know, we see a few steps ahead of these people, so you can't catch me off guard with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, these people think they're smart, but come on. Yeah, super out of context. Yeah, super fucking out of context. It's not even like remotely close to the truth. So what happened to the update today? Are we just cooked? Yeah, we're cooked. They talked in that their recent interview that we're supposed to be something for the DSS this week, but this is their update day and there's nothing. I'm still waiting. Probably I'll wait for like a little bit more. But yeah, nothing. Of course Buzz is here. Buzz is a G. Why not do the cyberstand rush and ignore every MO? I can tell you. I'm tired, brain's turning to mush, and my speech is dragging. Good night, world. All the best. But you take care, get some good sleep. El Buzz, El Clay. Says El Face. At this point, I'm tempted. Say Arrowhead should pull a Concord. Shut it down. No. It's not that bad, dude. Like, don't over... You know, I think it's fine. It's just gonna be a very slow build up. You know what I mean? A very slow build up. I like FaZe because he's the only one who believed I could sterilize that bot drop. Now, Helldivers is fine where it's at. We just need meaningful content. I agree. Probably something in like 3-4 hours, like when they announced war bonds. Are they announcing war bonds today? Helldivers 2 is definitely a game. I'll give it that. Time I beat you in the live. That was the time I beat you in the live. Oh, okay. So we're making shit up. Okay, understood. Yeah, chat. Denzel Washington is gonna visit me in approximately 30 minutes, so I gotta leave. Gotta open the door. He's bringing like good pizza and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. They are trying to No Man's Sky their way out of an early access game and somehow still taking steps back. At this point, they are never going to get it to a decent state. Fuck the officials. Helldivers 2 is a game that has modus operandi too little too late. What the fuck does that mean, Peter? Hey guys, remember when Mr. Pips blasted me off my feet with the crossbow? I clipped it in case anyone forgot. Fake news. It's already in a good state. For fuck's sake, it just needs content as content is king. Yeah. Yeah, that's my point. That's always been my point. Hog. It needs content. There's just no content. Arrowhead philosophy is one step forward, two steps back. Yeah. Unfortunate though, you know. It is what it is. There's not much you can do about it, man. Give us a Helldivers 2 plus Risk of Rain crossover. High bust is thick. Content from Arrowhead, nah man, and they want to do crossover. I think crossovers are fine. It needs more missions, more ways to play, more modes, and more modes, yes, more missions, no. And a new race, yeah. I don't think more missions gonna do anything, bro. A completely different mode that makes it feel different, yes. New Illuminates, yes. Weapon customization, yes. Yeah, well, that was the thing. Like, they usually do the patch notes or announcement around this area, around this time. I see you, Vance. He means modus operandi, a particular way or method of doing something. Okay. Add more variety to the missions and areas. The wave horde mode would rock. I think that Space Marines is probably going to get that horde mode faster than them, and Space Marines horde mode is like so far away. I think Arrowhead office is full of those young devs from your OG Blizzard story. Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they will decline to make crossovers when they know they need to work, I guess. Yeah, work. Oh, to hit the gym. Have a safe and great day, everyone. More crash it at the gym. PRs all day. Let's go. Releases tomorrow. Helldivers 2 is going to get a dip in player base. A Stalker 2. I mean, that's true for all games, though. Like, when a new game comes out, like, all games have that dip. That's normal. I don't think that's a big deal, you know? Yeah, pretty different genres, but still, like, how many from a lot of people from chat today were saying that we're gonna try it out, so that already shows you, like, if it's only like just even 20%, right, they're gonna be playing that. Still have hope this week. Update may drop, says Gabs. I don't know. Stalker 2 is nowhere near the same game. Doubt of very many people, not very many, but I think a lot of people, not a lot, but like, let's say 10-20%. Also, PoE 2 is coming out. I think a bunch of people are going to be playing PoE 2 when it goes officially free to play, which is going to be on the 6th. It's not the same game, but it's free to play, and a lot of people are going to be trying it. But there you go. Drev said, I was just waiting for PoE 2. Yep. I'm losing myself in PoE 2. I think every single content creator in here is doing the same. They can make an upgrade system so easy, only copy the Helldiver 1. Done. Yeah, but they probably could do that, or at least take some information from it and do it that way. But I mean, we'll see what happens in the future. At this point, dude, like, I don't know. It feels like there is no real plan in place, you know? You run from smoke. PoE, Path of Exiles 2, Steel. There isn't planned patch or update today, by the way, confirmed. Oh, okay. Oh, well, it is what it is. These are my favorite streams where we just make a waiting room and just sit around and talk about interesting subjects and have a good time, bro. It is what it is. The same thing happened with Dark Tide and Fast Track, massive content drops. Yeah. I think it's just across the board, dude. Like, I think it's just a thing, you know? Like, it's literally just a fucking thing. Like, it's not just this game, right? Like, it's where gaming's at. PoE's early access on the 6th. Yes, true. And probably not free. No, yeah. So, my bad. I explained that poorly. So, the early access starts on the 6th. I was operating under the consumption of the old dates. So that's going to be paid, I believe. And then when it's going to go completely free to play, I think that's when it's going to go crazy. Real question, Pips. Do you think the overall structure of the Helldivers 2 community could stand another nerf wave? No. I don't think there's going to be another nerf wave. I'm going to say this right now. If there ever is a huge nerf wave, then I'm convinced that there's something happening behind the doors that we will never know the truth about, but something like really fucking weird. Really weird. Really fucking weird. No, they didn't drop anything, Luke. Unfortunately. And like, even if you look at the dude, like Clay, if you think about it, the fact that they put in new content for 1 day, if that's not mind-blowing to you, and I know it is to you, if there's anybody that understands that, so you create new content, you put it in the game, and then you take it out of the game by putting it on cooldown for a week. GG's, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I don't know. Yeah, there was there was a interview that where they said there was gonna be a patch, an update for the DSS and new stuff coming next week, and that was a few days ago. And Tuesdays usually their update day, but regardless, we still always do like patch waiting room day, streams, because I think, you know, there has been so many times that we're not expecting something and boom, it drops. Seems fine to me. Just like real life, everything I vote for ends up being garbage. Wait, not 3 days a week? Well, 3 days for different things, but you can experience one for only 1 day, right? That's the problem. I mean, in this case, it might have been a blessing because the bombardment is fucking gone. I don't think anybody's upset with bombardment being gone, but I love it when escapism disappoints me just like my real life does. Damn, that's sad. Oh, man. Triple shot rail cannon on DSS would be cool. I think that could be next week. For like 20 minutes, and then it's gonna go on cooldown. The patch is probably not going to be dropping today. I learned to have zero expectations for Helldivers 2. Good to see that there's people in here that wanted me re-elected. Means a lot, says Joe Biden. Hope next patch is a big one and not the small previous one. Dude, I was done with the bombardment the moment it killed me back to back. Are these the grown-up children we rescued a while back? I don't know. Not much, Hadouken. What about yourself? I'm gonna message you after the stream here. Chat, on that note, I think I'm gonna bounce. But before I do, one more time, chat, if you want to help your boy out, right? Boom. Make sure to check out Instant Gaming if you're looking for fresh games, new games, and if you're trying to buy something, use this link right here, right? As I said, Dark Tide, amazing prices, all that kind of stuff. And you can buy these games on huge discounts. You're going to be helping your boy out tremendously. There's also going to be Monster Hunter here. The reason I keep saying Dark Tide, though, is that because it's also coming out as a fresh start on console. So if you're trying to play with your friends on console or whatever, you can buy it on PC currently at only 19 euros, right? Stuff like that. Let me check out this here separately. So make sure to check it out. Use that link. And that way you will also be supporting me. And I really do appreciate that. Obviously, if you need to buy a new game, you're looking for someone. If not, don't worry about it. And on top of that, you can always pick up gift cards as well. But yeah, chat, that's going to be it for your boy today. Super chill stream, super fun. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be doing, you know, Patch day waiting rooms all the time. We always do it. It's super fun to do. So we're going to be also doing it next Tuesday as well. Hopefully we get a cool patch or an update to the DSS or something huge. I don't know what it's going to be, but maybe some kind of surprise drops and it's going to be good. And thank you so much for all the love and support as always, ladies and gentlemen. Stay positive, stay disciplined. I will see you all on the next one. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Take care.